All right, guys, when it comes to what's going on with relocating and when it comes to individuals being interested in going and living in other countries, well, we're going to be talking about that today here on I was about to say mostly money, but on Love Crossing Borders. That goes to show you how many channels I'm on. Okay. On Love Crossing Borders today, we're going to be talking about what it's like to relocate to another country and why individuals are looking for a new life in a new country. How you can do it. I'm going to give you the step by step how I did and how many others are doing this. Not as hard as you think it might be. We're going to talk about that here on Mostly Money. First thing we need for you guys to do, make sure that you click that like button. Like Felicia always says, if you guys come in, make sure you wipe your feet, which means click the like button. I like you. I hope you like me too. So we're going to get started with that. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a few minutes, at least 5 to 10 minutes, to give a shout out to you guys that are coming into the live stream. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to say what's up to Terry, as well as to other individuals such as Felicia that are out there. And let me actually, because I was supposed to do this earlier, supposed to send out some notifications and I didn't. That was my bad. Send out some notifications to individuals to let them know that we are going to be all the way live. It's all the way live. Yes, I love doing the live streams. We already know that it's Friday night drink in hand, and my drink of choice this weekend is agua. Yes, you gotta have your water. I'm telling you, people always ask me, Andre, you're going on 55. How the heck do you always look so young? The water. I drink water throughout the day. I know some of you guys are like, well, I don't like water. It's not my thing. But at the end of the day, we got to have it. It's a must. So my drink this week is just regular agua, getting my water, getting hydrated so I can enjoy this weekend with you guys or this live stream with you guys. Let me know what you are drinking. I don't care what you're drinking. I don't care if it's water. I don't care if it's tea or coffee. I don't care if it's your favorite drink. I don't care if it's cerveza, beer in Espanol. I don't care what it is. Let me know what you guys are out there drinking while I get these invitations sent out to everyone in the other groups they're requesting for this information. So let's get this done. But this is a great topic because people have been asking me about relocating. As you guys could tell, the world is not the world that we lived in prior to 2020, 2019. Between the pandemic and now we got wars all over the place. Now that individuals have the opportunity to work remote now and you don't have to go into offices like you used to, a lot of individuals are starting to think, you know what? Maybe I should just decide to relocate to another country and see what it's like, or even just live in another country for a certain amount of months throughout the year. So some of the things that you're going to need to do, we're going to talk about first. Why? Why the heck should you go and move to another country? Your mama didn't do it. Cousin didn't, Nook didn't do it. Ray went out in the military and he came back to the United States after living in other countries. So why should you do it? What is it so special about living in other countries that so many people are taking advantage of? And you're looking like, I want to do it, but I don't know anybody that's done it. A lot of people don't even know anybody with a passport. You ain't even the only one in your group that's got a passport. It's time for somebody in your family other than one or two people to have a passport. It's time for you to have a passport in hand. In hand. So we're going to be talking about some of the why. So once again, we're going to take the first 10 minutes giving shout outs to people that are coming into the live stream because I appreciate you all. Such as Charles. Drink in hand. See? Got to go with the agua tonight. See what I'm saying? Got to keep it looking good. Got to keep the face all shiny and everything. Looking good. Got to keep it going. We got homie. What's up in the building? Representing. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure we got 12 people so far in the live stream. Make sure that we click that like button. I like you guys too. All right, my man Maurice in the building. Good man right there. Thank you for the super chat. It says month of May isn't getting here fast enough. Man, I'm telling you, he's coming down here to Cali Man, we're gonna have a good time, brother. I'm excited to see you and meet you and show you around. There is just so much that you can do here in South America, man. And so I know that what I show you is just going to be the tip of the iceberg of the life that you'll see and enjoy when you're down here in Colombia. And this is the cool part. You're connected with so much other locations in South America. Once you get to Colombia, you've got Ecuador right next door. You got Brazil right down the street. Argentina, you want to get some of that European feel without going to Europe, go to Argentina. It's just like going to Europe without going to Europe. All you want to get some of the best foods in the world, Peru. And Peru also have the Rainbow Mountains. If you've never looked it up, just look up Rainbow Mountains, Google it, and use in Peru. And this is one of the most beautiful landmarks in the world. So there's so much to see when you're in South America and so much to do. So that's what makes it so cool about living here. So let me continue to do this real quick. Get these invites out. But yet this week has been a really good week here, even though I know a lot of you are going through the snowstorms up east. Yeah, your boy don't miss that. That's why I moved to Florida, because yeah, I don't miss those snowstorms. That's just, yeah. I actually made we're actually going to go ahead and make an appointment for me to get some new glasses, guys, so your boy can see. You guys always see me with so many different pair of glasses. It's like, come on, Dre, which pair of glasses you want to wear? So now it's, yeah, I know, homie, right? Ace is living it up in Argentina. And so, yeah, he's doing his thing. And he was the one that, when he got there, he did a live stream for me, like a little personal live stream. He was just walking down the street when he first got down there. He said, man, he said, I know you and Andre are looking to move to Europe. He said, but if y'all don't get a chance to go there first, just come here and get the Europe feel. And it does. It looks, just from looking at all his videos, it looks just like Europe. So that's the amazing part. Okay, coming to Cali. What? Jen, you come? Hey, Jen, I'm going to let you know now. Do not bring your tail down here to Cali and we don't hook up. That is not going to happen. I don't care if you're going for one city and you want to come to Cali as a jump off spot. Let me know when you get here. I'm going to put my email address into the live stream so you'll be able to reach out to me. And any of you guys that want some information about Cali, just reach out to me. Yeah, definitely let me know when you get here. Let me get this together. See, now I'm appreciating when I sit back and I see other guys have moderators. Okay, there we go. Ellery in the building. What's up? Yeah, drinking hand, brother. Drinking hand. We're doing it clean today. We're doing crisp and clean with just agua today. So we just enjoying some water. Some water today. We got a great topic for today. Like I said, guys, like I mentioned, guys, first we're going to talk about the why, then we're going to talk about the how. Why is it that people are relocating outside the United States? And I'm going to say something. It doesn't necessarily mean that your life is going bad in the United States, that people have been deciding that they want to live outside the United States or live outside of any country. A lot of times we assume that a person's life has to be going bad for them to want to live outside the United States. Damn, my life is just going so bad. I need a new life. And we assume that they need to go live outside the United States. And that's not necessarily true. I had a really good life in Florida. I'm riding through my convertible. I got all the ladies. I'm already in the Colombian community in Tampa anyway. So I was already surrounded by Colombians. That's how I even got turned on back to Colombia, because Tampa has a huge Colombian population. So that's a hint for those that may not want to leave the United States, but you want that Colombian feel. Tampa, Florida, it has a huge Colombian population and has Colombian shops and stores and restaurants and clubs. So if you want that feel, you can go down to Tampa too if you don't make it down here. But one of the things that made me want to change, I mean, I'm sitting back, I'm making about I'm making between 65 to 80 a year. So I'm doing good. I'm living the salt life. If you're from Florida, you understand what that term means. Living the salt life means you're living by the beaches. So I'm living that beach life. While everybody else up north is dealing with 0-degree weather and salt trucks and all that stuff that I used to deal with back home in Detroit. For 14 years, I was living in Florida. I had great women, great intimacy. Let me put it like that. Thank you, Florida. But at the end, I was traveling all over. I already was traveling as well. Like right before I moved to Colombia, I had gone to the Grand Canyon. I'm always out in Oakland because I was going to see my Raiders when they were out in Oakland. Uh, Always just sporting events, everything. So I'm living the life. I'm living the life in the States, right? So what was it that made me say, uh, this ain't all it's cracked up to be. You know, you have the American dream, had the house, check, own land, check. You know, I'm volunteering in the community, helping kids, and I'm part of Black Lives Matter when Black Lives Matter was like this small. You know, it's major now, but I was in it. It was like a few of us with picket signs and a bullhorn, right? Of course, my big mouth, they put on the corner with the bullhorn. So if I had all that going on, family's doing great, everything's doing fine. I don't have any kids, but you know, my family up north is doing fine. Shout out to Cleveland and Detroit and Chicago. So what was it that made me say, man, I got to get the hell up out of here? Because when people say they're going to relocate outside the United States, we don't say it nicely. I don't know one dude or one female that said, yes, I just relocate out the United States because, you know, it was that time. No, we be like, it's time for me to get the hell up out of here. This ain't working for me. So we're going to find out and talk about at least 7 this ain't working for me things when it comes to relocating outside the United States. But I'm gonna give you guys a quick disclaimer first. There is not, I love the United States. I'm gonna say this again. I love my home country, like I love my Raiders, right? And my Pistons. Shout out to my Raggedy Pistons and my Raggedy Raiders, but I still love them. You do not have to hate on your home country to leave your home country. A lot of times people make the mistake and think that you must not love America. You're not American anymore. I call bullshit. I'm trying to curb my curse in this episode, but I call bullshit. You can leave a country, enjoy a new life. You can either go back home to your home country or just decide not to go. You don't have to hate on your home country. And a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that if I leave America, that must mean I hate America. No, you don't. You ain't got to be hating on America. You can love America, Americans, American food, American sports, all of it, and be fed up with it. I want to say that again. You can love America and be fed up with it at the same time. Some of y'all there right now, you're like, man, listen, I just went to a college football game right now. Shout out to college football. I just went out to see a hockey game right now. Shout out to hockey. I just went to see LeBron and them. Whatever it is, it's things about the United States. You do macaroni and cheese, barbecue, you ribs, greens, you know, the Chinese food that's not even in China, whatever it is. The holidays, whatever it is you love about the United States, the flag, it ain't just dead colors. You know, we don't just got 3 dead colors like certain countries. United States got stars and bars. You see what I'm saying? We got an eagle. Everybody else's bird, you looking at that's your national bird, huh? That's the best that you could do. That a crane. See what I'm saying? A crane was the best that their country could do. We got a eagle, big talon eagle. And at the same time, you could be fed up with the United States and all that is offering your life at this particular time period. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do not let somebody make you feel guilty about, oh, okay, I'm gonna put that in there. Oh yeah, I do need to put that in there. Thank you, Marcus, for Mark, for letting me know. Hold on for a second. Let me put this in a banner. Do, 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 do. And I had it here. I already had it preset. In the banners. I should be ashamed of my shame on you, Andre. Shame. Because I used to have the, let me rewrite one. Let me put one in there. And let me, guys, let me know if I'm good or if I'm freezing. Let me know. Am I freezing today? Am I good today? Let me know. Type this in. The Cash App is. This is fun. I was on a roll too. Okay, let me see if that works. Okay, cool. So that's the Cash App right there. You know, the money sign, A Spence, 2011. I appreciate you guys. A lot of times when you guys give to us, we donate to the communities here, making sure that they have things as well, make sure they have food and so forth in the communities. Oh, Sylvia, representing, looking good. Looks good from the D Detroit. All right. I appreciate that, Sylvia. I'm glad that you're watching. But that's the first disclaimer. First disclaimer is you do not have to hate on your own home country in order to relocate to another country. And don't let anybody make you feel bad about that. You ain't got to be hating on your own home country. You must hate America. No, I love America. Then why are you leaving? We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that in a second. Number two is that you don't have to worry about what's the number one, the second one I had two disclaimer. Oh, it's not an either or situation. Thanks, Felicia. Thanks for letting me know that I'm good. Well, what I mean by either or situation, I give you a perfect example. All of us know the lead attorney. Shout out to the lead attorney, right? Lead attorney has already talked about on several live streams that he lived in Mexico for 5 years. We're talking about 5 years. I've only lived here 4 years, going on 5 years. So he lived in Mexico 5 years of his life. But yet, where do we see lead attorney being broadcast from? From Atlanta. So just because you relocate outside the United States doesn't necessarily mean you can't always go back home. So it's never a either or situation. I have a video called Make the United States Your Second Home. I know people that actually do that. They actually go back to the United States for 6 months. All they focus on is making money. They do not go to the club. They don't go to the movies. You ain't gonna see them on a date. You ain't gonna see them out at they barely giving their tithes in church. Okay. All they doing is going back to the States, making money, and getting the hell up out of there. They made the United States their second home. I did that. Once I finally made the decision on where I wanted to live, all I was doing was going back to the States to make money. that was it. I wasn't trying to. I'm only people I'm talking to is relatives. Yeah, I'm still in Colombia. No, I'm in Florida now. I just don't want y'all to know where I'm at. Yeah, I'm still in Colombia right now. Yeah, I'm at work, take care of business. But at the end of the day, when I finally made that move, I was done. But if I wanted to move back, which I never will, but you guys know how I am, because there's so many countries for me to visit. That's why I'm like that. But you can always go back. So those are my two disclaimers. First disclaimer is you know, it's not a either or. You don't have to just, either go here or go there. Second disclaimer is you're not hating on the United States if you decide to leave the United States. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about that. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Don't let nobody make you feel all guilty. Homie says, I'm planning to move to Colombia due to the cost of living is too high here. Man, y'all getting murdered on the gas prices. Woo! Putin putting it on y'all. A lot of people don't know. I'm actually, for our other channel, Mostly Money, I just did some research on the gas. Did you know that over 21% of all of our gas that we get in the United States comes from Russia? The same country we beefing with. 21%. We are the #1 purchasers of oil and gasoline from Russia in the world. I'm gonna let that sink in. You think Russia can cripple Ukraine? Let Russia sit back and say, I don't think y'all deserve to get oil anymore. You think those gas prices are high now? They're already talking about by this summer, the average city in the United States, gas will be $5.05 this summer. And we all know what we do this summer. Kids out of school, you're driving here, you're driving there. Just imagine you paying $5.50 to go to the other side of the country to visit your mama for the holidays, for 4th of July in the United States. So when I say Russia, they got everybody on lock. Germany, 17%. 17% of Russia's oil sales go to Germany. We're talking about the leading country in the EU, the baller, the big boss, Germany, and they could be crippled by Russia. So that's one of the reasons why Biden is so kind of like shaky when it comes to the sanctions. We want to scare him, but we don't want to scare him because we are indebted to him in regards to how much oil that we're getting from Russia. 21%. We're the #1 customers. So cost of living is going to continue to go high in the United States. The other thing that we are high in the United States is this, that we get from Russia: wheat and corn. Wheat and corn. We talk about all the stuff that's in your grocery store, from your breads to anything that's got wheat in it. And we're talking about anything that's in your grocery store. And we're not talking about just a can of corn. We're talking about all the foods that you eat that got some type of corn syrup in it. From your cereals to all your snacks to your candy, all that stuff that got corn syrup in it. Yeah. You know where they're getting the corn from? Russia. So not only is gasoline going up this summer, oh no, my fair friends, food prices are going to go up. You think inflation made it go up in a pandemic? Wait till Russia get done with everybody. So homie is correct. He said, listen, and he's in LA County. Next thing he said, I want to find a wife, invest money that I can save into the market. The US ain't going anywhere, and I could go back. Absolutely correct. That last line says everything. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I first moved out of the United States, that was the first thing that I told myself. What's the worst case scenario, Andre? What is the worst thing other than health? Let's take health out of it, because everybody knows health is always the worst. But what is the worst thing that can happen, Andre, that you'd have to do if you left the United States? And I'm going to give you guys the secret, the answer that will give you peace. Go back and get a job. Other than health, that was the worst thing that I had to do. You mean I could move to any country, do anything I wanted, and if the worst thing ever happened, I ran out of all my money, all my options, just everything just fell apart. My house in a new country just burned down. The worst thing that I would have to do is go back home and get a job. And you know, once you live outside the country, you just gonna use that job to get back out of the country. You'll be like, I'm gonna just save this money to get back out this month. So if that's the worst thing that can think about, let's be real. Other than your health, if the worst thing that can happen when you leave the United States is that you just got to go back home to make some more money. Okay, I could do that. I could do that. I could dust off a resume or two, get a job for a few months, a year or two, restack, recalibrate my funds, budget a little better, and then get the hell back up out the United States. I could do that. Homie said, I paid $5 a gallon today. Whoo! Putin coming for y'all, boy. You ain't lying about gasoline from Russia. Yeah, I was just studying that. I was just studying that maybe about an hour before doing all this. He said, I want to invest in Nigeria and export gas to the US. Yeah. And the reason why the US is doing so bad, because US and Canada, we haven't started pumping gas again, our own gasoline again. You'd have thought they've been doing that back in the summer. Remember, at that time period, we had kind of like that shaky time period where I think it was like somebody did a cyber hacking and this past summer, and everything shut down in a few states as far as the oil refineries and the oil supply, and then they had to get it back on track, and then Biden had to use some of our reserves. Remember this past summer, all that happened. And so you would think that they start pumping oil again, but they start talking about fracking and all this and the environment, and I understand that. But now the people that sat back, we're at war with, are the same people we're buying oil from. We're not even getting that much oil from Saudi Arabia. And that's my point. One of the number one reasons why people are relocating outside the United States is because they're tired of being lied to about the United States while they're in the United States. Number one reason why one of the reasons, I'm giving you 7. One of the reasons why people are moving outside the United States because they are tired of being lied to while in the United States. Once you leave the United States, you start realizing we don't get our oil from Saudi Arabia. No, we only get a certain amount from Saudi Arabia. Well, where do we get our oil from? Russia. Wait a minute. Haven't we been beefing with Russia since the 80s? That Russia. But you don't hear that in the United States. They won't tell you that. Another lie that you get in the United States that even black people don't tell you, that only 4%, I always say this, just blew me away, only 4% of all of the slave trade went to the United States. 4%. So the black experience, 96% of it, you don't know nothing about. But even the black people in school and your black power people and Black Lives Matter, they not even tell you the truth that you only got 4% of your story that you know. All the black inventors in other countries, you don't hear nothing about them. You think that everything that was a black invention was invented in the United States. Every blue moon, they let you hear about an African that invented something, but they don't let you know about all the other black people that tried to start a car company in another country. All the other black people that tried to start a crypto in another country, their version of a Bitcoin in another country. You don't hear all that in the United States. Black people in the United States only want to tell the black people story in the United States. Make it seem like I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna bust your head. I love me some Minister Farrakhan. Love the minister. You know, being in Chicago, you get your bean pies, and on especially if you're a Christian, you go to Savior's Day during the summer. You go to the mosque, and it's just thousands of people hearing what the minister has to say. I love me some Farrakhan. But even he didn't tell us the global story of the black experience that others, Brazil, Colombia. Okay. How many of y'all knew some black people in Colombia? Venezuela, Argentina. Until you leave the United States, You will only hear the lies that the United States have to tell you why you in the United States. That's one of the reasons why you want to leave, or one of the reasons why people are leaving. Number two reason, remote work. Because of the pandemic, there are so many companies and jobs that are offering opportunity for you to work remotely. My boy TA, shout out to TA, live right around the corner, brother. Live right around the corner. Work the same hours that you do. And guess what? He living here in Colombia. There are so many companies out there that's like, listen, you don't just have to do remote work, but you can do the remote work anywhere you can find Wi-Fi in the world. A lot of companies don't care as long as you get the job done. I think he got to fly back to the States. My man T, if I'm not mistaken, he got to fly back to the States every blue moon for like a meeting. But other than that, he does all his work here. Yeah, Ace had a good time there in Argentina. He's doing big. What's up, E? Biden caused this mess when he shut down the pipeline. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, I'm dipping in Felicia's convo. We got Snuggles in the building. Shout out to Snuggles. I appreciate you being here. We got Jay. All right, what's pretty good, pretty good. I like that photo. I like that photo. I like to see couples. Greg's in the building. What's up, Greg? Thanks for the 300. Appreciate you. All right, Gregory, I'm glad that you got it. I didn't realize you were from the D. Yeah, I'm from the D. Now, guys, I'm going to put into the description. I'm going to put my email address once again in the description of the stream or in the chat line. Remember, we're talking about remote jobs. I have a listing that I created and that I always update of 300 online job companies that are hiring all the time. It's not like they're hiring sometimes. These companies are hiring all the damn time. So if you're looking to get started with remote work, and some of these jobs, you may have to get 1 or 2 jobs, or you may just find that one good one. But you definitely want to take time out and email me. And it's absolutely free. It's not like I'm charging somebody to do this. It's not like I'm making somebody have to pay for this. All you have to do is just basically email me and I'll send you the list of jobs. The next one is reason why, and we're going through the whys. And we're going through the why people are relocating, and then we're going to go through how to relocate. So that's what our theme is tonight. I won't keep you guys too long. Now, make sure you click the like button, like Felicia always say, wipe your feet at the door. The next one is America is not the best of everything. Yeah, I know. Some of y'all, that's hard to hear because we've been told America is number one in every damn thing. Everything. We've been told America is number one. All they say is America number one, and they don't tell us what is number one in. That's all we hear. We're number one. America's the best. We're the greatest. Now, remember I said, disclaimer, you do not have to hate on America to leave out of America. So I'm not hating on America. Even another person, let's say you live in another part of the world. Let's say you live here in Colombia. You like, I don't want to live in Colombia anymore. Because Colombia is not the best of everything. It's not number one of everything. No country. I'm going to put this like this. If you decide to relocate to another country, do realize your next country is not the best in every damn thing. Sometimes people make the mistake of actually having the audacity to believe that their country, the United States, Canada, somewhere in Europe, Colombia, I don't know why people think just because I'm living here in Colombia, I think Colombia is the best country in the world. There is no such thing as the best country in the world. I'm going to repeat that. Unless you live in Antarctica where there's nothing, there is no best country in the world. First of all, it's people there. And you know, people always mess up when it comes to being people. So there's no perfect country. And so when the United States try to act like we got it, we're the number one hospitals. No, we're not. Number one health care. Not really. Number one in education. Number one. We number one in bullshitting people. That's what we number one in. We number one in lying to people and letting people think that's what it is. Why do they want to keep you in the United States? Why? Why is it so hard to see a passport commercial? Because they don't exist. Why don't passport commercials exist? I'll tell you why. You ready? I'm about to bust your head open. Because they want to keep your tax-paying tail in the United States. There is no way in heck they want you to be a person that takes advantage of all. If you knew how many tax benefits I get for not stepping foot in the United States for 330 days a year, you be looking like, is he a Republican? No, he's an expat. I didn't even know this existed. Remember I said you hear all the lies while you're in the United States. Do you get the truth when you step out you hear stuff about the United States and the truth about the United States when you step out the United States? Dude, there are so many housing tax breaks. You get a tax break if you make less than, literal federal tax break. If you make less than $108,000 a year, you're going to get your Fed. You basically tax free. Next year, it's $112,000. Last year was $105,000. It goes up with the rate of inflation. You don't hear nothing about that while you in the United States. Why? Because you in the United States. So you don't plan on living outside the United States. So no use you finding about tax exemptions for people that live outside the United States as far as just being an expat. I ain't have to give up my citizenship for these tax breaks. I don't have to sit up there and cuss out everybody in the United States. I ain't have to make no special deals. These are just regular everyday tax breaks that existed that we don't know until we get a passport and start using it. Half of y'all in the chat line like, what? You get free, dang it, free tax-free life? Yeah. And don't live in a state like I do, Florida, which is a state tax-free. I'm basically just paying city taxes every year. As long as I'm not in the United States for 330 days a year. So when I say the United States sits back and they need you in that country to make sure your happy ass pay taxes, that's why you ain't gonna see a passport commercial. Ain't no way in hell they're gonna put a passport commercial out there. It won't be a passport infomercial commercial. You won't see it on Instagram, YouTube commercial. Won't be none of that. You will never see a passport commercial on a YouTube. You will never see it on a TikTok, IG. You'll never see it in Netflix. You know, when you streaming and you on your Fire Stick and you watching movies, the latest movie that you know that they should have been putting on Fire Stick, but they put it on there anyway. And then all of a sudden, some of those ads pop up. It'll never be one for a passport. You better believe that. Never, never. They need your tax-paying ad right there. Doing what? Paying taxes. But all countries are like that. I'm not putting a finger on the United States. All countries, they listen, we need your tax dollars. And they go sell you the idea that it goes towards our military. And of course, in the United States, we got the military of all militaries. We need that. Because we always in somebody else's business. But my point is that there are benefits when you decide to relocate. Listen what Charles had to say. Yeah, I'm from the D, by the way. I know somebody mentioned that. I have an American homegirl who's currently in Texas training for a remote job, who will then return to her crib in Salvador. I hope I pronounced that Bahi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But at the end of the day, she's doing exactly what's supposed to be done. Get your online. That's what I did. I kid kid you not, exactly what she's doing, that's what I did. Get you an online job opportunity, or get 2 of them, or even get 3, because some of them are just contract work and some of them are full-time jobs. You might get a contract one and a full-time job one. And you can be just like my boy around the corner, stress-free. And let's say times get tight for him. Let's say times get tight. Your times are tight, ain't like my times are tight. Let's say times got tight for me. Oh man, Andre running out of money. What's up, Michael? Andre and Andrea have run out of money and times are tight. Now, remember what I said. My worst case scenario, I already put it in my head years ago. What is the worst thing that can happen, Andre, other than health? The worst thing. I take my ass back to the States and I get a job and I make money to get the hell back out the United States, and I calibrate, that's the term I'm looking for, calibrate my budget so I don't mistake again. And it happens to a lot of people. They leave the United States, they blow so much money because they think, oh man, it's so cheap here. And then they look at their budget like, oh man, I got to go back to the States to make more money. And they make more money and they get back out the United States. It happens. But what I did was, I did do the remote work. I kid you not. I didn't sit back and, one thing you may not bet, the number one commodity you have will not be your money. It will be your time. Number one commodity that you own right now that nobody can take from you is your time. I did not wait until I got $300,000 in the bank to get my ass out the United States. Y'all crazy. Yeah, once I get to 300,000, I'm out, Dre. You know, once I get to, $500,000, I'm out. What? You know how much time that would take the average person that's making $50,000, $60,000 a year, $40,000 a year to come up on 300,000? You know how many years you got to bust your butt and how much money you got to sit back and save and invest and hope that the market gives you what you need in order to get the 300,000 living in the United States. At least long talking about relocate. Now, remember, I said the number one commodity you have right now in your life that you will ever have is time. No. I sat back, I stacked up about good 25, 30,000. Some of y'all got 30,000 right now. Some of y'all got 30,000 in a passport. All you need is a remote job, and that's exactly what I did. I kid you not. I took about 30,000, stacked it up, took the little I had in the 401k, put that with it, sold the car. Anything else I put on eBay, I put stuff on eBay, or I just gave it away. And guess what I did? I brought my happy to South America while you still sit up there trying to stack. See, I realized the number one commodity I had was not my money. You think because we have been trained in the United States to think that your number one commodity is your money. It is not. It is your time. Why? Because now I have the time to create the 6-figure brand and business that we created. I have the time to write the books. I have the time to do consultations with you guys. I have the time to do the online jobs that I was doing. You see where I'm going with that? The time you have, your time is your commodity, not the money. If you got 20,000 right now, 25,000, do you know that will last you 2 years here? You tell me you can't come up with a goal or a plan in 2 years that could take your life to the rest of your life, to take your economics to ride you for the rest of your life. You got 2 years of no bosses in your ear. You got 2 years of nobody nagging you or getting on your last dang nerve. 2 years. 20,000 could take care of you here for 2 years, and you tell them you can't come with a game plan to take your life to the next level, whether it be you learning to do coding, because a lot of dudes are learning to do coding online. A lot of ladies are. A lot of ladies are starting their online businesses and selling this online and selling that online, that they didn't have enough time to start that online business because they was working for Mr. So-and-so corporation 60 to 80 a week? You tell me that I don't care if you come here with 20,000 or 200,000. If you can't come up with a game plan to make your life better with 2 years of free time, I'm talking about I'm giving you a coupon called time. And you got 2 years to do something with your damn life. And you can't do nothing in 2 years. Keep your happy ass in the state. You need to be in the United States. Burn your passport. No, use it to visit. Visit us that's doing something with our lives outside of the United States. You got 2 years. 20,000 can take care of you here, Ecuador, El Salvador, which is an excellent country. Some of y'all can get through the DR if you do it right and don't be over there tricking the sewer. 2 years. Colombia, 2 years. Peru, 2 years. El Salvador, Argentina with their economy, 2 years. But you've been sold on the idea that the money is the number one thing that you need to relocate to another country. I know people on Social Security, and that's only what, $1,600 a month, $1,500 a month. And they had enough sense to get their happy tail up and move to Mexico. There are over 1.5 million Americans living in Mexico right now, and most of them are retirees. Because Mexico, you get all the bang for your buck. You still got your Walmarts and a lot of your U.S. stores. Their roads and streets are made like the United States. You could take your own car over there, so you ain't gotta cross over water. And then if you want to come back and see the family, see the grandkids, and see how they're doing, they come down to see you, or you go up to see. So retirees are taking their tail to Mexico. They like, I ain't about to pay these U.S. prices. You out your dang mind. They realized all they needed was $1,500 a month, and I'm out of here. I ain't staying here. I'm not gonna be tolerating this anymore. So the number one lie that people tell themselves, because they've been programmed to tell themselves that you need to have that 300,000. Once I get to that $500,000, Dre, I feel you. But I'm the type of dude I need. See, while you needing, I'm living. Ace is living. Richie Mack, Zoom to Thailand, living. The lead attorney in Mexico, 5 years, living. Until he decided to go back home to the States. Never let anybody tell you that the money is the number one thing that's going to hold you back from moving to another country. It is not. It's your time. What are you going to do with that time, that window of time? That is what's going to dictate if you're going to be successful or not your money. Because I know some people that came here balling and went back home broke. Oh yeah, they messed their 200,000 up. That 300,000 was gone. And you like, how the hell you mess up 200,000 in 2 years? Man, hell, 200,000 could have lasted you about what? In South America, could have lasted you at least like 5 to 10 years. At least 7 to 10. Cause you out there tricking, trying to be somebody who didn't need to be. You making it rain in a country that they don't even believe in making rain. That's the stupid part. They don't even do that stuff here in Colombia. Listen, you ain't okay. Let me ask you this: when the last time you saw a video in South America somebody was making it rain that was South American? I'm going to say that again. When was the last time you saw any YouTube video, any photo, any Instagram, any TikTok of somebody that lives in South America, born and raised, that makes it rain with their money? Never. When was the last time you saw a YouTube video where they was in a strip club in Brazil? My alarm going off. Excuse me, guys. in Brazil, a strip club in Brazil. When was the last time you saw the Brazilian dudes making it rain with their money? Never. Never. Okay, what about let's go to the EU. It's got to be done in the EU. The EU, the EU, their dollar worth more than the United States. They gotta be making it rain in the EU. When the last time you saw photos of somebody in Holland or Poland, Spain? Come on, they gotta be making the rain there. You ain't never seen no video of nobody in Poland, nobody in Italy making it rain in a strip club. They might party like the rest of us. I mean, when's the last time you saw them make it rain? Never. You ain't never seen no video. You ain't never seen a photo. You ain't never seen a hashtag. None of that. Okay, let's go to Africa. They got to be making it rain in Africa. There's black people down there. When the last time you saw a video that in Botswana, they making it rain? And I'm not talking about an American-owned club where they took American concepts to Africa. Oh, no. I'm talking about some regular, everyday African brothers going to a regular, everyday, I don't care if it's Morocco, Egypt, South America, the Ivory Coast. I don't care if Zimbabwe, the Congo. When was the last time you just saw some regular African brothers, they walk into a strip club and they making it rain? Ever. They don't. That's just some stupid ass American stuff. That's us. And that's how you go broke. That's what my point is. You think thank you guys. I think I froze for a second. Let me go back. Yeah, I did freeze for a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, guys. Thanks. Thank you for your patience. Oh, we got Gail in the building. I see Gail there. Hey, Gail. Hey, Gail. I was just binge watching your last 5 videos, and I am learning to have YouTube etiquette. Shout out to Gail. See, you'll know what I'm talking about. See, I listened to what you guys had to say. All right, let's go to these what you guys have to say in the comments. That would be bad news. The thing that gets enough the thing is to get enough retirement set away. See that's that's what I meant. You think that you have, see, if I go ahead, because we've been programmed to think retirement 62, 65, 67, and 70. We've been programmed to think we work until retirement. You do realize in reality, you're the one that dictates when you technically retire, right? Because we think about retirement like when the government started to give you back your money and you actually only get a percentage of that back anyway. We think about retirement as when my 401k, when the market finally stopped jumping up and down, and my 401k is in my investments, and the IRA is worth what it's supposed to be. But look how much time you got to put in to do that. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to realize. Those of us that are relocating out of the United States are not letting the money dictate. It's the time that dictates. Because while you're still focusing on, I need to get my money in the United States, I'm living my dream. It's dudes that's living, ladies that are, do you know how many sisters that are living their dream? While you sitting up there, got a boss getting on your last nerve and telling you, well, it's a man's world and there's a glass ceiling and you can only go so far as a woman. And there are women that are saying, you know what? Thank you. I'm glad you said that. I quit. They're taking what money they have. They're starting online businesses. I don't care if they're selling bracelets or they're selling on Amazon as affiliate marketers. They're getting good at what they're doing. And once they get good and have a formula, they get their passports. And these sisters are getting the hell out. Come on, Andre. They're getting the hell out the United States. And like I said earlier, you do not have to hate on your country to relocate from your country, no matter what country that is. So I'm not hating on the United States at all. But since we all, for the most part, understand what I'm saying coming from the United States, that's why I use us as an analogy. Set away, so you won't have to work. I'm gonna tell y'all something. One of the most boring things that you can ever do in life, and I actually studied this for a couple years, is people that retired in their 30s. They bust their butt, got the big bucks, and retired like 31, 32. And all of them said this: their lives were miserable without some form of production. If you think that you're going to sit on the beach for the rest of your life sipping mojitos and reading your books, that's not going to happen. You're going to be so bored. Every person I know that retired before 40, all of them said this exact same. The one guy said, he said, I went to the beach for the first few weeks. He said, then that got boring. He said, so I started watching movies. He said, I'm watching movies and then that got boring. And then he realized, now this guy was a young multimillionaire, so it wasn't even about money anymore. And he said, I went to my mentor, and he was like, I can't do this. And his mentor told him, now his mentor is in his 60s, right? Still working hard, multimillionaire. He said, I was waiting for you to come back. He said, you lasted longer than I thought you would. Anybody that's crazy enough we've been programmed once again to believe that retirement is when I ain't got to do a damn thing else for nobody else. Which is true. Notice how I word that. When you don't have to do anything for anybody else, but you want to start establishing your own business, your own brands, your own goals, or if you want to work part-time for somebody online, or if you want to, like I said, if you want to learn coding, or if you want to learn YouTube or Google or SEO, or if you want to take what crafts you have and put them online, like far as Fiverr.com, and you're doing contract work for people because they don't know how to do what you know how to do. Do it. But if you think you're going to come to another country and sit on your happy ass and be happy, that doesn't happen. You got dudes like Russ, Tailor-Made Dreams, he's in the real estate. You got dudes like Zoom to Thailand, he's in the Airbnbs. You got dudes like Lead Attorney, who was an attorney for 20 years. What does he do? He's building his brand. None of us that are going to be successful with this gift called time in life, we don't sit on our ass. Verbs and prepositions don't sit on their ass. Nouns do. That's why nouns don't never had nothing. See, all your nouns, y'all don't never have. Y'all ain't gonna never have nothing. Verbs with the ing, see, I'm a verb. Running, doing, working, creating, building, see, ing. I'm not a human. I'm a human being, ing. Someday I want to be a preposition. On, through, near, around, over, under, by, with, all the ballers. I'm trying to be a preposition. But you nouns is like a sit around. Bottle, noun. Pen, noun, or marker. Phone, noun. Glasses, noun. Nouns don't do nothing. So if you plan on retiring, you sitting around doing nothing, you watching the wrong channel. Because this channel I never tell you, you're going to retire and just sit on your tail and not do anything. BS. You see, I did that etiquette, Gail. See, I did that. I said BS this time. I'm trying. That's BS. You got the gift card. Time going. Looks like I froze for a second again. Looks like let me know how I'm doing, guys. I might move the router around. that I use, because it looks like I froze one more again. So let me know how it's going with the router. So I might move the router in order to just get better use. If I freeze out again, let me know, guys. I want to scroll. Boy, okay, homie, me freezing. I meant he is freezing. Are we freezing? Okay, you guys are freezing. Are you guys freezing or frozen? Okay, I'm just trying to get everything back in order. Gregory says there is a major brain manipulation going on for sure. You can control a society by falsehood. Absolutely correct. And a lot of stuff it's kind of sad. A lot of stuff you find out is when you're outside of the situation, when you looking at the bird's eye view. Like if you're in a toxic relationship, you don't notice it. But then when it's over, you kind of notice things about each other that you're like, man, we were together 7 years when we should have only been together 2 years. When you look back, that's how it is when you become an expat using your bird's eye view of your life in the United States. That's why I say the United States is not bad, but it might be your life that may be problematic in the United States. Even successful people have How many times we see somebody in entertainment successful that's in jail right now that we would have been like, if you just took your little rich, happy tale and did what Tina Turner did and left the country, or Diana Ross did and left the country, or like Eve or like Janet Jackson left the country, you would have had a whole new life and you wouldn't been in jail. R. Kelly. Even Michael Jackson had enough sense to say, I'm going to Europe. Damn that ranch. Even Michael was in Europe. He was in Europe when he made the announcement, "This is it" tour. He was in Europe. He wasn't here. He wasn't in Chicago making announcements. Even Michael had enough sense to get there. Listen, I'm not going to jail over there. He's like, no, this is not happening. I'm Michael Jackson. But then you got dudes like R. Kelly knowing you guilty of some stupid stuff. And all you had to do was like, you know what? Let me go to a country that might tolerate my stupidity. And you got a passport, and you've been traveling the world for the last 20 years, but yet you still go back to the United States and you get locked up and you ain't gonna never be seen again in life. So when I say people got messed up lives, it doesn't necessarily mean somebody that's broke. It's people that just got messed up mentality. But that doesn't mean that the United States is messed up. It means that they are messed up. All right. The United States is great at second, third, fourth, and fifth chances. I'll give you that one. That's true. Everybody deserves a second chance. I know I'm at I was at chance 10 in the United States. So I sit back and look at the blessings of life that I have now, man. I'm really appreciative, man. Shoot, man. I was clowning out there when I was young, clowning. Okay, Munchy T. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Man, I have way more than that. See what I'm saying? Really need to work hard finding a finance job. Yeah. Stack your money up and do what you want to do. Even if you're a person that says, I only want to travel for let's say you just want to travel for a few years. You say, you know what? And I always use lead attorney as an example because I like that analogy of, he said, for 5 years, I did it for 5 years and came back home. Excellent analogy. Sometimes people don't want to just relocate, forever. They just say, I just want to spend some time away, get my mind clear. Then I'll come back to the States and see what I'll do, fall in love or whatever it may be. Ellery says, what's funny? The economists always talk about inflation and the dollar becoming weak. But when you leave the country, the dollar becomes more valuable. Absolutely correct. Right now, here in Colombia, the dollar is worth almost $4 or 4 pesos, in other words. Or the dollar, no, $1 would be worth 8,000 pesos, which is just, it's just worth 4 times as much. Let me put it like that. So what you're paying right now, and that's what I meant earlier when times get tight. Let's say times got tight. My times tight ain't nothing like your time tight. Your US times tight, man, please. Dudes come to South America, they don't need to have a car. They can use Uber. Or there's a bus system and train system all around. In the United States, you gotta have a car. Even though the bus rides, it doesn't ride all day long. The subway systems are sometimes iffy, and some of them don't ride all night long. So you gotta have a car. So you gotta have gas. Your rent, let's be real. After the pandemic, rent going up with the new leases, you paying $1,500 for what you paid pre-pandemic, $900, $700. You in California, you paying almost $2,000 for a square box to live in, for a cardboard box. In New York, you might as well be on the side of the road with $3,000 in your pocket, because that's equivalent to the place that you paying $3,000 for. Man, please. Time gets tight for me between Andre and I cost 11. I kid you not. You put everything in there, all insurance, all of our rent, all of our everything that we're gonna do for the month, the party. We give each we with our fundies, we give ourselves an allowance, all our everything. $1,200 to $1,500 a month for 2 people. Everything. I'm talking about groceries. Yeah, groceries. We you know, I'm a vegetarian. Pescatarian means I eat fish. So you know, fish is expensive. We're always eating natural. We're eating healthy fruits, healthy foods. We live in some of the best area of town. So we're not 2 people, $1,200 to $1,500 a month. I know one dude actually moved down here. I kid you not. True story. With his unemployment checks that he was getting. He had lost his job because the company folded. He was getting his unemployment checks, and he relocated down here and started a new life. And by the time he ran out of checks, he had him a new online job and was doing great to this day. I think he went back one time to the States to wrap some things up with family and make sure that, you know, everybody was taken care of, and came right on back and been traveling ever since. Started with his unemployment check, and he is living his dream while you still stacking. You keep on stacking. I ain't got to worry about me and you walking down the street. You stacking. I'm going to see you at 65, stacking. See you at 55. You 32 right now, but you stacking. Okay, keep on letting them, because you've been we all been programmed, and all of our countries have programmed us for us to think that you got to stack. And then when you leave, you find out, I didn't even need this much. What? But you keep on stacking. Because the one thing that you're not realizing is the gift. Your greatest gift is not going to be your money. It's going to be your time. It's going to be I promise you guys, if you take nothing from me ever again, the greatest commodity that you have will never be your money. Your time will get you money. Your money will never get you time. Do not fool yourself into thinking that. Boy, by the time I get to 300,000, boy, I'm 32 now. So when I get to 300,000, I'll be 40. You know how many times I will have lapped you? And I live outside the United States. Do you know how many times Andrea will have lapped you? She's not even from the United States. You know how many times she will have lapped you by the time you get to your 300,000 when she gets to hers? That's how valuable time is. A woman that's not even from your country will lapse you getting to 300,000 faster and again faster by the time you get there the first time. But you keep on stacking. I'm going to be living in Mexico soon. Great, great. Oh man, shout out, brother. Great. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna love it there. We were there. My boy Flyboy Way, shout out Flyboy. He, Big Boss. Shout out to Big Boss channel. When you guys both of those guys' channel, Big Boss channel and Flyboy Way, Flyboy Way and Big Boss always coming out with thorough, detailed, step by step how to vacation in locations videos, and they got a couple of them that they're doing in Mexico, and they just did a live stream this morning. What's up, Terry? Hope I'm not freezing, guys. I didn't. It looks like I didn't have to move the router. See, I can't pronounce that, but it sounds like one of those nice little small town areas that just got nothing but love in it. Because some of the parts of Mexico, man, it's just the towns aren't as big or may not be as famous as Tulum or Cancun or Cozumel, but they got so much love inside for a dude that's all you're looking for is just going to show you some love, man. So I'm glad for you, man. Shout out. What's up, Tone? Did I miss somebody's super? If somebody, I thought somebody put a super chat. I want to apologize if I missed that. And say thank you. I'm doing my front edge coating. Yeah, front end coating. That's what I'm talking about. With Skill Crush right now. Absolutely correct. I can find 75 to 128 fully remote. I got a few partners. I kid you not. There are so many people doing coding right now and getting paid. And there are so many courses and classes that you can take that are next to nothing to learn coding. And they are looking for you to be hired. Yes, he's absolutely correct. 1,000. I got a partner. I'm talking to him, and he's from Detroit. He's a coder, getting paid. Came down here, went all around South America. I mean, all around. And worked his job. Didn't miss a dime. But you keep on stacking. I would rather do what homie is doing. Learn a skill that you could do online or start a business that you could do online. Have a 2 to 3 year plan while you're learning and while you're stacking and while you're getting that skill together. And once you've mastered it and you've got that online job or you've mastered the building and the marketing and how that company that you've built is working, go. That's exactly how you do it. He's doing it textbook correct. Build a skill that you can do online that's high in demand and go. And you can do it anywhere in the world. And I know too many people that are doing it right now. You got white boys and white girls in Bali right now. They all up in Southeast Asia just living their life, coding, doing the exact same thing that this brother's doing, building businesses, doing consultations, teaching others how to be expats, writing books, writing courses. But you keep on stacking. You're gonna stack for the next 10 years. I see. I'm gonna be in the world. I'm be on the planet. I'm gonna be on the planet now. I might not be where you might think. Well, I might not be in Colombia, but hey, I'm leaving the U.S. When my job goes remote. Absolutely correct. That's exactly how you want to do it. Take it. It's not a rush. It's not a rush. It's not a race. Just take your time. Jay says, in 2 days, I'll be 70. Shout out 71, boy. I'm working my way up there. I'm working my way there. Yeah, there's a lot of people. If you want to watch something, just watch Retired in Mexico. And so many videos will pop up of retirees or retired in next door here, Ecuador. Those are the 2 #1 places where U.S. citizens retire. Next door in Ecuador or in Mexico, man. And they are living their lives. They are doing it, and the cost of expenses. Oh man, it's great. Let me get back to the topic at hand. So we already talked about remote work. We already talked about America is not the best of everything. Number 3, other countries are not the worst of everything. Your home country, whatever it is, will try to sell you on the idea that other countries are the worst. How many of you have come to South America and what's the first thing people say? You say, I'm going to Brazil. You going to get kidnapped. I'm going to Colombia. You going to get kidnapped. I'm going to Ecuador. You going to get kidnapped. You've been sold on so many movies that if you go somewhere, it's dangerous. I always tell Andrea this. We're walking through a store, their version of IKEA, which is the same products and everything. So if you think that the products that you get in the United States are so special, IKEA do not make their billions of dollars off the United States. No, they make their money just like everybody else by global initiatives. That's how they make their billions. Globals. They got Fords and BMWs down here, and they got Mercedes trucks and all those other trucks that we got. The Range Rovers, they got all that down here too. They do not make all. I don't know why our American ego thinks that Mercedes makes all their money, whether only in Europe or in the US. Hershey's only sell all their candy bars in the US. You can only get Frosted Flakes in the US. No, people. They are selling their products globally. That's why they're making billions. So back to the story. So we're in a version of IKEA, and I told Andrea, I said, you do know people think that y'all live in a jungle in Colombia? She said, no. I said, these people actually think that none of these cars running around, ain't no such thing as Mercedes in South America, BMW, nothing. Now they think y'all broke, unless somebody doing some illegal activity. They think that's the only way y'all getting money. They don't even know it's black people in other countries. That's how. Come on, let's be real. Don't be acting all brand new. Other than Brazil, none of us thought about black people in South America. We can't lie and say, yeah, I thought about black people in Venezuela. No, you didn't. I thought about black people in Ecuador. No, you didn't. You didn't think about black people in Panama. You still thinking about you. Panama is so close to Mexico. If somebody say Panama to you, you thinking about Mexican complexion. You don't realize Panama is as black as America. You ain't think about Afro-Colombians until we YouTubers start putting it out there. It's black people in Colombia? Yeah. Millions. But they never tell us that. That's my point. They only tell us that the worst parts or worst things about other countries, which are not necessarily true. I promise you this. Every single product that you use on a regular basis in the United States, other maybe some Lowry seasoned salt and little things like that, you find around the world. Your favorite salad dressing might be in the United States, but you're going to find some just as good salad dressing in the other parts of the world. Well, I need my barbecue. They sell grills here. You can grill all day long here. Well, I need my ribs. They got ribs healthier than the ones in the United States because they don't feed their pigs the same thing that your pigs get fed. It's illegal here to feed the pigs some of the stuff that y'all feed. They feed them in the United States. You ain't missing nothing. I ain't missing nothing. Nothing. You will not miss nothing. That misconception that other countries are worse, that's not true. That's not true. Oh, you just trying to hype Colombia up. No. Wait till I get to Europe. Y'all think I talk like this now? Wait till I get to Europe. I'm going to say the same thing. United States is not the best at everything. Other countries are not the worst at everything. Okay, if the United States was so bad, I wouldn't be meeting so many Americans coming down here for health issues. And I'm not just talking about plastic surgery. I'm talking about Americans coming down here for cancer and getting it taken care of. America's coming down here for their teeth. America's coming down here for skin grafting, and you had a bad burn and you trying to get it taken care of in America, but they wanted $40,000 for that little burn mark that was on you to get your skin right. And you came down to South America and you went back home and you was looking smooth like a baby on your arm. They actually have medical tourism in South America where people just actually come down to South America just for body, just for EKG machines and all that stuff to be taken care of, make sure their body is on point so they don't have to go broke just getting an exam like they do in the United States. So when people try to tell you that other countries are worse, that's not true. Are there things that every country needs to improve on? Yes. So I saw better roads in DR than I find in a lot of areas of Colombia. Now, most of Colombia, roads are nice, but some areas, Cali, they can fix some of the roads. Potholes, ugh. But other than infrastructure, everything that you got back home, and when I'm talking about from Crest to Sharpies to Vicks Vapor Rub, everything, all of it, cell phones, headphones. I just got my Bible in Spanish and in English. All of it. Computers, laptops, lights, hats, the same stuff that you get back home. So when you get fooled into thinking, well, if I leave, I can't have my BS. That's a lie. You've been sold a lie. I'm sorry. You can get all this stuff that you get, my ties, everything. Andrea's expensive purse collection, everything. Custom shirts, custom suits. So other countries aren't the worst at everything. Let me see what you guys got to say. I hope I'm not freezing anymore. Let me scroll down. Let's see. Greg says, I guess I had a different past. Already set actually financially, just need to get a true game plan. Yeah, put together a game plan to escape. It's kind of funny that many of us that leave our home countries use the term escape. I'm listening for sure to you tonight. Thank you, Gregory. All right. You got to replace the current income at some point. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You can't just take your money and just, I'm balling. You come with American mindset, especially dudes. See, women have a sense to be thrifty. Like, okay, I want to spend this much. I'm going to do this. I've got my apartment. I've got my game plan. Women kind of do what they do at home. You know, they ain't out there blowing it. They go to another country. They're the same way. They like, I got my apartment. I know what my bills are. I know what my food expense are. And I know what my play money is. And then they just use their money to have fun. They know what their play money is. Us dudes, I got 200,000 in the bank. Bring on all the ladies. And by the time the ladies come, you forget these ladies coming at you like locusts. And we all know what locusts do. They consume, destroy, and they leave. And you sending pictures back home. Look, all these ladies I got in South. I'm balling. Look, all these ladies. I'm going to Brazil next week. I'm going to have 15 more ladies. I'm doing it like that. And you don't realize, you like, oh, well, I still got 96,000. I know it's only been 6 months, but I still got 96,000 left. I'm good. Bring on all the ladies. Then all your partners that come to town, because you done fooled them with all your photos. So they come to town. So you spending more money trying to showboat for these clowns. Man, it's so cheap down here. Oh, man, I'm popping bottles, baby, in Medellin. I'm popping bottles. I still got 50,000. I'm good. I'm still good. I got a job interview next week for an online job. I'm good. 50,000, and I got a job interview. I didn't say you got a job. I said you got a job interview. You trying to treat it like you already got the job. So you like this. I'm balling, baby, in Medellin. Yeah, I'm in Sao Paulo, baby. You see what we do? We do it like this in Brazil. I got 31,000 left. I'm good. I'm good. I know I've only been here 7 months. I'm good. Your 200,000 gone. Gone. And you know who got your money? All the women, Colombian men, got your money. You ain't catch that. All the women in South America that you gave your money to, she gave her money to her man and to her grandmama. All your little 200,000 gone. And you got to take your little happy tail back to the States with your tail between your legs, and you walk into the barbershop. Hey, Tone, what you doing back? I thought you was in living a life, man. I was looking at you on Instagram or YouTube for 8 months, man. You was killing it. What happened, dog? Man, I came back because I want to make sure my mama all right. No, you came back because you messed up. That's why you came back. But women don't do that, man. But you want to do some homework? You need to start researching and look for a lot of these female YouTubers that are traveling too, because these sisters will give you some game. Don't just think that us brothers got something to say. These women, see, what I love about the female YouTubers, they subtle. You got to look for them. They ain't out there on the braggadocious, putting all their business out there so they can get click. The female YouTubers, they're like, yes, I've been to, okay. Follow the female YouTubers and find out how many countries they've been to. I've been to 37 countries. And them sisters just be so humble. Yes, I've been to 37 countries. Like, I've been to 100 countries. I've been to 19 countries. Ask the brothers. I've been to like 4. I've been to DR. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Mexico. And I've been to Brazil. My 5th one going to be Thailand. Y'all sleeping on the sisters, man. I'm telling you. He said, even if it's up to 70, or yeah. The cost of living is so inexpensive. Like I said, I would rather make $50,000 in South America than make $150,000 in the United States. There is no way. Time. You dudes is making $150,000 in the United States. I love you. If you want to live there, perfect. But if you want to relocate, your 150,000 do not, your 200,000, your 210,000 do not impress me in the United States. I am not impressed. I'm living life. You got to grind for that 250. It ain't like you sat on your tail and got 250,000. You had to work for that 250. It wasn't like you hit a lottery and got the perfect job to make you work. You went to college or whatever you had to do. You had to start that business from scratch to get to 250 a year while you in the United States. While there's dudes that's in other countries making $60,000 a year, lapping your lifestyle. They all in Dubai, lapping your lifestyle on $60,000 a year. They in the Maldives, Singapore, Thailand. They all up in Europe. They done skipped all the way down here to South America, and you sitting up there bragging about your $210,000 a year job. Keep on stacking. I'm telling you. Only rappers make it rain and dudes that try to imitate rappers. Okay, I thought I saw one. Shout out to Kay in the building. Appreciate you, Kay. Appreciate your content. You are an inspiration. I'm trying to be. And this is one thing I try to do, guys. I kid you not. This is one thing that I try to do. I try my best to not misinform or mislead anybody into thinking that it's easy to do. Remember if you guys have been watching me long enough, you know that this was a 3-year plan. Trump became president, and it wasn't on Trump. It was on the United States. I was like, y'all crazy, United States. I'm out of here, right? Basically, it was like that. So on the night of the election, I turned my television off and I didn't turn it back on. So for the whole term, I promised myself there will not be another presidential election with me still living in the United States. I wasn't bitter or anything, but I knew it was my time to just, and it was, think about it, 3 years. The president is president for 4 years. So some dudes think that, I just magically woke up in the morning like, bing, bing, and I met Andrea, and I just came down here, and it's been wonderful. No, this was 3 years in the making while I was in the States. Some of y'all would maybe 10 years. Some of y'all may be saying, you know what? I'm gonna wait till the kids get out of school. Because come on, we got parents. Many people in the chat are parents. So a lot of you are just saying, you know, wait till the kids got out of school and they got, you know, I got an 8-year-old. And when they turn 20, I'm good. Boom, perfect. So in that time period, you can start making plans. You can start get your 8-year-old a passport, and you and your little 8-year-old can start traveling to different locations. Because I know a couple of dudes that take their kids to different locations because they want their kids to have a global perspective of life. So you and your kids can start visiting different locations. So your kid can already be comfortable when mama say, well, I'm moving to so-and-so. Okay, your child already got a passport. They've been traveling their whole life. So when they hit 20, they already know how to get on a plane and go through customs and come see you in your new country. Why? Because you've been taking them with their passport since they were 8 years old to different countries and different locations, maybe once every other year. So even if you're a parent, you ain't got no excuse. You can still use your parent time to be productive, to find what country you want to move to or countries. Get your children acclimated with the beauty of travel and multiculturalism and seeing Black people from not just the U.S. perspective and seeing other cultures other than Black, other than what they see of white people in the United States. Because white people around the, can I say something to y'all? Shout out to my white people. Y'all do know white people around the world are not like the white people in the United States. Every white person, every white culture is not like the United States culture. You do realize that, right? There are countries that did not have a Trayvon Martin moment. You do realize that, right? Shout out to Trayvon. This is the 10th year anniversary. You know, shout out to his family and prayers for his mom. This month actually is the 10th year anniversary. If it's not yesterday probably, I think yesterday was the day. So when you go to other countries, every white person ain't looking at you like, what he doing here? There are countries that you go to, they want to take pictures with you like you a celebrity because they ain't never seen a Black person except for seeing somebody on television. And they are like, oh my God, we got a Black person in our country. I know one dude, I was just watching his video yesterday. He said, I went to this one country. Everything was free. He said, I was like a star. He said, man, people wanted me to eat in their restaurants for free. Hotels wanted me to stay for free, major hotels, just because I was Black. And they hadn't had anybody Black in the country. So for advertisement, they wanted to say, hey, everybody comes here, Blacks and whites. He said, man, I was living like a star. People stopped me on the streets. I'm giving autographs of my real name. This is a video I watched yesterday. Shout out to that brother. There are countries in the world that are non-Black that ain't got no problem with you stepping there. Or may not be famous for Black people. Like Argentina, like you watch Ace's videos, they treat him. Ace said, I walk out the door. He said, I get somebody that recognized me every day. He said, even if they don't recognize me, I get treated special. He said, when he was in Vietnam, when he went to Vietnam, Ace was like, he said, Dre, man, I could be sitting here and people just want to take a photo with me. You're like, okay. And it's not like, look at the exhibit. It's like another culture that I've always wanted to see myself. It's actually in front of me. A Black person is actually in front of me. And I can ask all the questions. One Black girl in the video I was watching, she was saying, I get stopped all the time. They're like, oh my God, your skin. You know, it's one thing to see, we used to our complexion. We Black folks, we used to seeing Black folks all the time. Let me make sure I'm not freezing. Okay, cool. We used to seeing Black folks all the time, right? Go to a country that ain't never seen my mocha up front, just glistening. This sister was saying, she said, here in Poland, Now mind you, this was a beautiful young lady too. She said, here in Poland, I get stopped all the time about, oh my God, your skin, your complexion. She said, because there's not that many black people here. And so in Poland, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's been living in Poland forever. Even though he travels down to Africa, but he's been living in Poland forever. Shout out to O'Shea. It's not that many black people there. And she says people they have questions about how do you take care of your hair? How do you take care of your skin? Blah, 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 blah. Because they don't know. It's not like they're looking at you on some racial stuff. That's because we have been programmed in the United States to think everything is race, everything is racial, everybody's against me as black people. There are countries that are not, there are some white countries that are not white people, like white people in the United States. Shout out to white people in the United States. But when I say that, y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Put your knee on the white people that put their knee on your neck for 9 minutes. White people. Them the ones who I'm talking about. Them type of people ain't in every country. So you can be black going to a country that's not necessarily all black. That's what my point is. Like I said, America is not number one in everything, and other countries aren't worst in everything. America just sells you that. Why? Because we need to keep your tax-paying tails here and pay your taxes. I still pay taxes, but I'd rather pay taxes in a country that appreciate me as a person and still pay my U.S. taxes. Then pay my U.S. taxes, and I still gotta every time. Come on, let's be real. You paying your tax in the U.S. no matter how much money you got. Like Jay-Z said, what's a black billionaire? A nigga. You sitting up there, you get stopped by the police. If a police car ride by you with your tax-paying tail in the United States as a black person, let's be real. You glancing and looking at those sirens. Are they going to stop you or not? Especially if you male. But they've been coming after the ladies too for the past few years. Let's be real. I'd rather be outside the United States and still pay my U.S. taxes like I'm supposed to. But at least if I get stopped here, and I've been stopped here, I ain't never had to worry about police. Like, is he going to put his foot on my neck? Is he going to throw me upside down? Is he going to try to attack me because he's trying to prove that I can beat up this 6'3" black man? None of that. I don't get none of that while you're here, boy. I don't get none of that feeling. None of that. So if I'm gonna pay my U.S. taxes, cool, take that tax money. But I'm gonna live where I'm appreciated, not tolerated. Okay, you are right about the rain. Oh, making it rain, the money making it rain. Let me catch up where you guys are. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll. Dang, what y'all talking? Y'all ass y'all. Oh, here we go. I started my coding boot camp on Monday. That's what's up, man. Hope it will work. Hope to work remote in 6 months. I'm telling you guys, that coding. But I don't know nothing about coding. You ain't supposed to know. You didn't know nothing about driving when you first started driving, got first behind the wheel. You didn't know nothing about sex the first time you had sex. Don't act brand new. None of us did. You ain't know how to cook the first time you cooked. And you ain't gonna know how to code until you get out there to learn to code. Well, I'm not a computer person. Keep on stacking. See, why you coming up with excuses? It's us that's grabbing passports. I was just reading an article regarding the passports of the United States. This past summer, it was taking up to 18 weeks for a person to get their passport. Before the pandemic, it was only 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. Now it's down to 8 to 10 weeks. So it was up to 18 weeks. Now it's down right now. And I just read the article for November. It's down to it takes 8 to 10 weeks for you to get your passport now. Now, if you pay like an extra $30, you can get it in 5 weeks, right? But my point in saying all that is that you basically Got to make sure you apply for your passport early enough too. Don't forget about that part. But we're going to go further into that. Oh, okay. I'm see. Sometimes I'm dipping. I'm dipping into conversations. I'm dipping. Let me step away. Colombian healthcare system is ranked higher than Canada, Germany, and the US. Absolutely correct. Not only is a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people, y'all get shocked. What? This is America. Look how beautiful our hospitals is. Your hospitals are beautiful and expensive. You need to look at all the malpractice suits that are filed in the United States. How many surgeries? Like, I forgot what it's like, 1 in 60 surgeries or 1 in so many surgeries. I don't want to say the number and get it wrong, but there's a certain amount of deaths that take. No, it wasn't deaths. It was like how many times a surgeon will leave something in the human body, like uh, cotton, uh, a scalpel. They will leave some stuff inside the person's body, a pin, a little, a little needle, or something in the person's body. And it's a high percentage in the United States. I mean, it's high. It's not like it's a little percentage. It's like a high percentage of surgeries. The doctor will sew a person up and leave something in their body. Like, oh, I forgot. He at home like, did I take that scalpel out her chest? She gonna be all right. Yeah. Yeah. And I kid you not. I have been very impressed with Colombian healthcare. You guys already know, Andre and I are focusing on making sure my health is good, because we're going to try to get us have a shorty next year, so we want to make sure everything is good, right? And I just went out for blood tests today, man, and not even could have been 20 minutes later. They had the results for everything. Like, you need to work on this, make sure that is fine, and he's doing good here, but he needs to work on this over there. Like, I'm like, man, I ain't never got test results back that fast in the United States. Waiting room, I have even when everybody had a cold, and I'm not talking about cold, the pandemic. I'm talking about just a regular everyday flu just happened, and everybody, it was like a cold front came through Colombia, and all throughout the country, everybody was getting a cold, right? So the hospitals were full, or the clinics. Even then, the waiting was never as long as when you're in the United States. United States, you already know, bring a book, have a podcast going, watch some YouTube videos, have a movie ready while you're in the waiting room. And like I said, I'm not saying that one country is worse or better. So don't get me wrong. Like I said earlier, for those that weren't here, you do not have to hate on your home country to relocate outside of your home country. That's a misconception that people try to make us feel guilty about. Like, you must hate the United States, that's why you leave it. No, not at all. You don't have to hate something to love something else. Do you have to hate your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend to love your new person? Or do you just realize it didn't work out with your ex, and you just moved on and you fell in love with somebody new? I'll say that again. Do you have to hate your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend in order to fall in love with your new boyfriend or girlfriend? The answer is no. Same thing with the United States. You ain't gotta hate the United States or disrespect. Or I can't stand. You ain't gotta do all them gymnastics in order to move on and enjoy the rest of the world. There are between 150 to over, I think, up to 200 countries in the world. Let me make sure I get my number correctly one day. If this one is not the one you want to be in today or right now, there's nothing wrong with you going to visit the other 49 to the other 199 countries and seeing what's for you. There are countries that will love you because of your type of personality. You are a person that's kind of a friendly person. There are countries for friendly people. You're a person that's like you're a woman and you're a woman and you a freak. You like to get your freak on. Did you know in Iceland, women do not start relationships with men they haven't had sex with? Because in Iceland, the women believe that I am not going to fall in love with a man and the sex is garbage. And now I'm in love with him already. So what they do in Iceland, the women be like, hey, how you doing? I'm fine. I like you. Let's go take care of that. And if the sex is raggedy, she ain't trying to holler at him. If the sex is decent, great. Now let's talk about a relationship and getting to know each other. But in Iceland, women do not play that. You gonna fall in love with her and she gonna fall in love with you, and then you gonna come with your raggedy sex, or your sex game is like that big when she used to it being like that, like that big. So if you that type of woman that they try to make you feel bad in the United States because your sex life is like, I just want to make sure I don't have bad sex. It's countries waiting for you to be a woman like you are. If you're a woman that wear your afro, there are countries that's waiting for the afro, and it ain't just Africa. It's countries that love, man, please. I'm a brother, and I love seeing the Afro-Colombian sisters coming down the street with the big curly, like, man, please. I'm a 70s baby. I'm raised on the afro. I wasn't raised on the weave. I was raised on the afro and maybe some wigs. You know, grandma had a wig, but I wasn't raised on the weave, so I don't do the weave. But let me see a sister with the froze. Oh man, you got me. I don't care if it's the baby Kobe. I don't care if a sister got the baby Kobe fro back in the day. I love seeing that. And if you rock that, it's countries that love to see you coming. If you're a person of business and I'm focused on business, dude, there are countries that will take advantage of that, and they don't care nothing about what your complexion got to be. As long as you help making money in that country, that's all they care about. You could be blacker than blackety black. You could be whiter than whitety white. It's white people that's whiter than white. They don't care about your color. If your business mind can bring money and production to their country, bring it on. To where you got to worry about a glass ceiling in the United States. Well, you know, black people only go so far and women only go so far. And damn that. You ain't got to worry about none of that mess. There are too many countries that will love the you in you. I'm about to say something that I thought about earlier. You do realize you were born to a planet, not a country. The Lord sent us to a planet and not a country. You were born in a country. You were born in a city. You were born in a province or a county. But just like you can move out of your county and move out of your city and move out of your state, you can move out of your country. And you don't feel bitter about your state or feel bitter about your city or feel bitter when you moved out of your parents' house. You didn't say, Mom, I'm out of here. Forget it. Not all of us. All of us most of us basically knew it was time for us to move on. Because our parents were telling us, it's time for you to move on. But that's what my point is. You don't have to hate on the United States or hate on your home country, no matter you listen to it, no matter where you listen to us from. You don't have to hate on your home country in order to fall in love with the rest of the world. The next one is cost of living in healthcare, what we were already talking about. I ain't gonna lie. When I went back to the United States, I hear y'all complaining about the cost of living. Oh no, y'all don't complain. You should have heard me when I went back to the United States. Y'all been living there. You already used to the prices. I wasn't even used to the new prices. I got off the plane and I'm paying this much for that and paying this much for this and that costing. And I'm looking at the Uber prices and I'm like, how much? Wait a minute, $30. We only rode 5 blocks. I'm like, man, I can't take this. I ain't used to these prices no more. It will happen. When you relocate, unless you going to Europe somewhere, you will not be used to American prices anymore. It's y'all don't realize it. Y'all complain, but when you leave United States, you start realizing it's expensive as heck to live United States. It is expensive. No, y'all complain. Oh man, this gas is expensive. No. Leave the United States and then go back, and you really think gas is expensive. Like, God dang, I walk. You feel like leaving that car, that rental car, right there at the gas station. I'm not about to fill in my the rental people gonna have to come get this car because I am not. I'm not filling that tank up. You go back to United States, you feel like just getting a bicycle. Can I get that Huffy over there? Because I'm gonna be riding to work a lot. Yeah, I'm telling you, boy, it is. There is no. I can't do it. Y'all my hero. Y'all my heroes. I won't even lie. People in the United States, I'm gonna let you know, you are my economic heroes. Because I did it for 50 years, and I kid you not, I can't. Bread. I did there is a website that you can go to. It's just called Cost of Living Calculator. Let me see if I can find it for us right now. I think it's comparison on how it compares different countries. And what it does is it actually calculates, cost of living comparison. That's what it is. Let me see if I'm on the right one. Yep, I'm on the right one. I'm gonna show you guys what it is. And I showed it on one of the videos at one point in time. I'm gonna pull it up right now, let you guys see what I'm talking about. And you compare the cost of living and what you pay back home in the States, you're like, ugh. I love the United States. I don't know if I could do it. Okay. So right here, if you guys can see, let me know if you guys can see that. Oh, we got Joker in the building too. What's up, Joker? I'm gonna come back to your comment. Okay, so if I put a country in here, let's go right here. So if I say Cali, Colombia, right? Cali, it'll automatically populate, and I put ATL, Atlanta, Georgia, and it just says compare. So I'm gonna put this link in the comments, in the chat, and it lets you know the cost of living compared to Atlanta. GA is 175.26% higher to live in Atlanta, and they not even talk about rent yet. They say rent in Atlanta is 254.46 higher to live in Atlanta than it is for me to live in Cali, Colombia for the same apartment. Literally for the same apartment. Everything from your meal expenses here in Cali, Colombia, it's on average meal, going a good meal at a restaurant, $2.57. Go to Atlanta for the exact same meal, $15. Oh, you want to splurge, right? You want to get a big 3-course meal because you out on a date. On average in Atlanta, about $60. In Colombia, $15.40 for 2 people to eat a 3-course meal. The average beer in Colombia, you like your beers? Average beer, draft, you at the bar. The average beer costs you $5 at a bar, $5.70 in the United States, or in Atlanta. Go to the same bar, same quality bar in Colombia, 77 cents for the same draft beer. Oh, you want to get your McDonald's because you want to feed the kids. It's $4.60. In the United States, it's $8. Now I'm gonna tell you why it's this high right here. Because it's a U.S. restaurant. So it's only catered to tourism in foreign countries. That's why McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Papa John's, all that, it's here, but it's more expensive because it's American restaurants and it only caters to tourism. You know, anywhere you go with tourism is more expensive. You want your regular Coca-Cola, your 33 liter, $2.06. In Colombia, in Cali, 67 cents. You paying for your bottled water, $1.58. Here, 58 cents. Come on, let's get down to the good stuff. Let's look at rent. The average apartment for a 1-bedroom in a nice area, let's see. You're paying $1,600 in Atlanta. 1 bedroom. Nice area. In Cali, Colombia, per month, $207.20. Y'all must have thought I was lying. Oh, you got kids and you want your mama to come down. You want a 3-bedroom. Okay, cool. 3-bedroom in Atlanta, $2,800 a month. Come on down to Colombia. $381 a month. I'm talking about a really nice area. This is what my point is. This is what my point is. Let me give it a shout out for the super chat. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate them. Thank you for the economics. And going to Cartagena. It's not Cartagena, it's Cartagena, guys. The G makes an H sound. Next month, motivated. Oh, yeah, you have a good time there, man. You'll enjoy that. You'll have fun. Andre and I always shoot down. And this the other thing. When you live in another country, flights around that other country are super, super cheap. Super cheap. And now when I give you the expenses, you would think that oh well, it's not the same quality as here in the United States. I'm talking about, do y'all think I live in a raggedy house? Come on, man. Well, my ego. Y'all, do you really think Andre will live in the hood? I've been living in the suburbs since I left the hood. Do you really think I would bust my butt, go to another country to live in the hood? My ego too big. Anybody that's come down here to visit Andre, you know I don't take you to no broke spots. No, it's not happening. It is not happening. No. Take me to the hood. No. I want to know what the people live like. The people right here. Right here. And the people in the hood wish they could live like this. So we stay in here. I ain't taking you to no broke spots. You done flew on the plane all these hours. You done finally saved up your money to come visit Cartagena or Cali or Medellin, and I'm gonna take you to some broke people. That is not about to happen. I'm not that dude. The mean streets of Colombia. I'm about to give you that trash. How would you feel if somebody came to Detroit and had cameras all up in your face and you broke? You struggling in Detroit. You struggling on Southside Chicago. You struggling in St. Louis. How would you feel if somebody just came all the time to your area of town, the broke ass streets of Detroit, all the time? The broke streets of Philadelphia. Never show the good parts of Philadelphia. They only show the bad parts of Philadelphia. Look at those drug dealers right there in Philadelphia. How would you feel if somebody did that to your grandmother who was just trying to pinch pennies to make sure that all y'all had something to eat? And all of a sudden, some dude just from another country jumped up. Look at the old lady. She can't afford to take care of her family in Pittsburgh with a cell phone. But you expect us to come to other countries and do that to other people, grandmama and mamas and families in the hood? No. Don't be feeding off into that mess. The mean street, the real streets. Anytime you see a YouTube that says the mean streets or the real streets of a city, that's only a part of a city. Just like you got your area of your city, no matter, you go to LA, there's some great parts. And there's some parts of LA you ain't got no business in. That's every city in the United States. Every one of them, small town, big town. Every city got a part where you can go to, and there's a part where you ain't got no business being in. So when y'all come here, when them YouTubers come here and put cameras all up in people's lives, man, I'm not about to do that. I'm gonna show you a good time when you come down here to see me. Believe that. I'm about to have y'all walk around the broke, looking at broke areas. Yeah, the broke ass streets of Tampa. And your grandmama all on YouTube. You like, man, did somebody take a photo of my grandmama while she was going to the corner store? How would you fit for real? Because and I'm gonna tell you something. You want the truth? The only reason those YouTubers make those videos because y'all watch them. The mean streets of Dominican Republic. I'm in the worst neighborhood of DR. Sasua at its worst. You all got a camera up, and the YouTuber got a camera all up in the butt of somebody's niece. Ooh, look at her. She got a big butt. Dude, she just 17. Dude, what are you doing? I'll hit it. Yeah, some of you dudes would. You keep on stacking. Yeah, believe you me, you will never, I promise you this. We have created over 500 videos of Colombia. You will never see us put a broke area of Colombia. We had one video called The Worst Beach Town of Colombia, and it was just so bad, but the people were so happy. That's the only time you see us do that. You'll never see us showcase the worst area. What for? What for? You don't go to worst areas in your own city. So how the hell am I have you spend your money or spend your time coming down to this city and taking you to the worst or showing you the worst? Man, that's whatever. Please. Okay. Cost of living in healthcare. We already talked about healthcare. I promise you, it is not a myth. The healthcare is great in a lot of countries that you are thinking about going to. It really, really is. It really, really is. The next one that we're going to go to real quick is new cultures and a new lifestyle. You go to other countries, you are forced to start learning other languages. As ragged as my Spanish is, I can get around with my Spanish. While I'm in the United States, we're one of the few countries that only speak one language for the most part. English. Not even realizing English is like number 2 in the world. Mandarin Chinese is the number 1 language in the world. But we English. And then as soon as we cross a border, we like, oh my God, I'm lost. There's other languages? Really? I got to learn another language? Yeah. Why? Because most of the world knows more than one language. It's kids. You know what one of the things that motivates me to continue to learn the Spanish? Y'all ready? It's something simple. When I see dogs, people's pets reacting to Spanish better than I do. A dog understands Spanish better than I do? Boy, if you don't get on your Spanish. You mean I can say something to your dog in English, it'll understand it, and you say it in Spanish, and your dog will understand it? If a dog knows 2 languages, how the heck we in America so egotistical that we ain't willing to learn another language when we go to their country? They should be knowing English. No, they shouldn't. They should be knowing their language. And when you go to another culture, the reason why people relocate outside the United States, because they want the experience of a new culture and a new life. You don't want it to remind you. I promise you this. You do not want to go to a country that reminds you of the same BS that you just got of. You don't want the Chicago version in DR. You could have stayed in Chicago, right? I'm not looking for Detroit in Colombia. I'm sorry, I love Detroit, but I'm not looking for it in Colombia. Some of you that's coming from Salt Lake City, you do not want to replicate Salt Lake City while you're in Thailand. And when you move to a new country, you have to be willing to learn new cultures. You go to Dubai, they might be wearing shorts one day, and then they might be wearing the traditional outfits another day. You got to be able to say, hey, today I'm gonna buy one of those traditional outfits in Dubai. Often I find women are more like, not, I hate to harp on this, but women make travel a lot easier than men. We make travel hard. Oh man, where the hip hop clubs at? This is this, this is Dubai. Them damn hip hop clubs you left in the States. You leave all that. I'm gonna tell you something. I can't. It's been like what 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 rappers that have died over the last what year and a half. I ain't never heard a song of none of them. Not a one. The last one that I listened to that I knew that died and I knew who they were was Nipsey. After he died, all the rest of these dudes just died. I ain't never heard everybody like, he was a scholar, he was a prophet. Dudes be like, that rapper was a prophet. I was like, I ain't never heard one of his songs. Why? Because when I left the United States, I left the United States. Some of you dudes be trying to have an umbilical cord with the United States. Women know how to lead the United States. They find slow jams in other countries. Hey, listen, black people in my country ain't the only ones that got slow jams. It's other countries that got slow jams too. Let me find out what they slow jams are. Women be on Discovery, like, ooh, girl, ooh, did you see? Ooh, I never knew. I never knew. Men always trying to drag the U.S. I'm from the hood. I'm U.S. One of the things that I've been trying, ladies, you know how Kevin Samuels have been trying to get y'all to smile in the States? Ladies, you should smile, black ladies. I've been trying to get the Negroes to smile when they leave the States. All this. That's some US BS. You keep that in the US. When you leave the United States, you get your dang teeth fixed and you learn to. You see that? You see how pretty my smile? You see how the cheekbones just work alongside? They just work along. You see that? Yeah. Yeah. You saw I could put this on a photo, put on a thumbnail. Some of you dudes ain't smiled in about 15 years on a photo. Can't find one smile. The last time you smiled was a school picture when you had the powder blue suit on in the 5th grade. Ladies smiling all the time. They just Man, you got to learn to smile. You in the new cultures, new countries. If that's what my quest is. Kevin's quest is for black ladies that start smiling the stage. Sister, smile. I got you. Smile. Well, I'm having a bad day. Well, get a passport. But my point is, smile, sisters. Kevin's trying to get y'all to smile. Me, I'm on the brothers. When you leave the States, do not be posting photos of you and your boys like looking like the best of Run DMC album covers. Looking like the first Tribe Called Quest tour. Man, y'all got to start smiling. I'm happy than a man. I'm a smile. I got a pathway. I'm smiling. I didn't pay for these teeth to be looking like this. What's up? What's up, dog? What's up? No. No, I love crossing borders, dog. You know what we do, dog. Man, that. I'm smiling. I'm cheesing. Look at Andre cheese. I should cheese. I got something that most people ain't got: a passport and an audacity, because that's all you need to relocate to another country. A passport and audacity. The audacity to put together a game plan. The audacity to be patient. The audacity to believe in yourself. The audacity to start saving money. The audacity to execute your plan. And the audacity to get the hell out the country and go to another country if you want to. And then if it don't work out, have the audacity to go back home and stack some more money. I got audacity in a passport. That's all it took. You think I'm not about to smile about it? Man, please. I look like a meme. I got the round head, the whole thing. A chocolate meme. Y'all better learn how to smile. Sisters out there smiling, having a good time with their passports. Y'all looking all like somebody stole your passports. Somebody stole my passport, dog. Yeah, usually y'all do get your passport stolen by some female that was in your hotel room with you. But that's another story to tell. Okay. We can't minimize the trauma. Oh, yeah, you can minimize it. Your experience is different than many of the men. Oh no, that's bullshit. Don't even try to sell me that. See, Gail, I tried to be etiquette, but they selling me bull on here. I'm telling you, dude, I'm from the East Side Detroit, Black Bottom. Shout out. You can't get no word. There is no ghetto word that's worse than Detroit. Watts? Nope. Brooklyn, Harlem, all y'all little projects? Hell no. We was laughing at y'all. Good times was actually good times to us. We're looking at that's a better life to us. You can't say ain't no other part of the country has ever been called the Black Bottom. Alabama, nope. Atlanta, nope. Tennessee, nope. New Orleans, nope. Wait a minute. What about the wards in Houston? Nope. Detroit was so bad, the Black Bottom was our nickname. Dudes, y'all can't see. Y'all don't listen to okay. Andre don't know trauma. I already told y'all. I already told you my testimony. I did 10 years in the feds. See, this Andre y'all see today wasn't the Andre of yesteryear. The smiling Andre. No, I was pulling out my pistols with the best of them. I'm in fisticuffs with the best of them. I'm out there 10 years, gone. All my 20s. All that Tupac Biggie years, gone. I ain't had none of that. When I went down, the first Boys to Men was on their first song. I'm down there when Maury was popping. When he first did the first episode of You Are Not the Father. Don't try to tell me about no trauma. 10 years gone, all of them gone. Now, it was my fault. I'm out there young thug. I was thug before there was thug. I'm in shootouts before they put them on television. Before they hit the movies, I'm in the shootouts. I'm teaching my girlfriends to carry guns. And then put on top of that, you got the racism in Detroit, in Chicago, every city I moved to, that's trying to tell me I can't be somebody in life. Man, y'all can go with that. Y'all can go see, y'all see this Andre, the happy, he doing good. And y'all thinking like, well, he hasn't been through anything. I sat back and watched my mama fight cancer her whole life. My mama spent more time in the hospital. She said, Andre, the good thing about this surgery that I'm going through right now, I ain't got nothing else they can take out. They done took out everything. I got hit by a car at 7 years old. Swooped me up under the car. I was in Children's Hospital for 3 years, from the age of 7 all the way to almost 11 years old. I had to take my school. I was in a coma. Y'all can't tell me. Almost drowned one time. I'm not talking about like, drown. Thinking I done jumped my happy ass in one side of the pool. I done jumped in the other side of the pool, and I'm a little kid. But I'm like Elton John. I'm still standing taller than I ever did. And y'all want to tell me, well, you got to understand, Andre. Everybody's, man, if your ass don't, you gonna use an excuse instead of start smiling? Man, you okay, don't worry. You keep stacking, I'll keep smiling. Damn that. Please. Y'all better listen to this man's testimony, because and the reason why I tell my testimony is this, in all sincerity, because if me, just a regular everyday dude, God can take my life to the next level if I respect time and I respect my passport. The currency comes with time. The currency comes with time. See, you guys are thinking that if I get the currency, I'll have the time. By the time you get the currency, You only got 20 years left to live, according to how the United States make you save. By the time you get to that 300,000, you're about 60, 62. You got about 20 years left to live based off on an average male. To where I've used my time period and the ladies are using their time period to build stuff, and they could spend that 20 and another 20 on top of that. They just spend almost 30 years living outside the United States, going back and living in the United States, and then leaving again. And your little happy tail still sitting up there like, well, when I get to the 300,000, I'm gonna do it. And then the average black man in the United States dies at what, 67 something? So you don't even get a chance to see that much, please. But you keep stacking. Go ahead, keep on stacking. I'm telling you, man, and I'm not looking down on anybody's stacking skills. I'm just saying, y'all keep the stacking going. Y'all keep on believing that one. It's going to be like that for me when I go home with Long this summer. With Long. Okay, let me know what the Long is, because I see you capitalize it. With Long this summer, her friends with business and, well, you see where I'm going with this, my blindness. Her friends with businesses and one with a hotel already just told us our stay and everything is on the house. Oh, that's good. Oh, Long, your girl. Now, I actually just looked at, duh. Okay, cool. That's what threw off my reading, because I'm still thinking about the Long. What is, okay, cool. All right. At 6'2", I'm going to tower over everybody over man. I feel like that here in Colombia, man. I was on Facebook. Hey, I didn't get a chance. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to everybody that's watching from Facebook right now. Shout out to all those that are watching from Twitch right now. We appreciate you. Sometimes we forget that Facebook is in the house as well, because we don't see you guys in the comment section. But shout out to Facebook. We appreciate you guys riding with us with this live stream. We're not going to be too much longer, but do realize that, and that's good, man, that you and your girl have that going on, man. I'm glad for you. I love when I see relationships that are going great. Now, I'm the same way. A couple of days ago, one of Andre's family members posted a video on Facebook. You know, you just kind of like strolling down. You know, it popped up in my feed. So I look, I'm like, man, that's a big brother. And it took me a second to realize that tall mountain of a man was me dancing with them. I'm like, man, that's a big brother. Wait a minute, that's me. So I know how you feel, brother. When here, Colombians are not tall people. Do you have some tall here? Yes, but for the most part, they aren't tall people. The average man is like 5'9", 5'8". Some are 5'10". You know, you find a couple of them, a couple of 6 feeters running around. The average Colombian woman is 5'5". It's like cookie cutter 5'5". Like, then you find some that are 5'3" and 5'1", but most Colombian women really aren't tall, but they do have a few tall ones walking around. But so yeah, I feel you on that one, brother. And it took me, you know what, Jay? It took me to look at your title to see what you. I'm like, well, Long, and I'm thinking my mind was the whole time I'm reading like, what is Long? Then I looked at, come on, Andre, get it together, Andre. You forgot Be More too. Yeah, and I love Be More. I love me some Be More. Yeah, that used to be one of my stomping grounds, man. When I was dastardly, when I was doing dastardly deed. The next one, the reason why people say, you know, I want to leave or relocate outside of my home country is this: relationships. Just like my boy, just like Jay and Long, relationships. 3 forms of relationships when you are outside the country. You'll find that are, other than friendships, of course, you'll find limited love. Maybe, you know, on the weekend, you meet somebody, you come out for the weekend, you meet somebody, y'all hook up, y'all hang out, y'all have a good time, you go home, she go home, or he goes home. Lust, you just come down here, you want to do pay for play, you ain't trying to look for nobody to have feelings for, you just going and doing your thing. Whether you're a guy paying for it, or you're a lady, you paying for it, you just decide you just want to do pay for play and just go home. Nothing wrong with that. And then the last one is for people that may be looking for something serious. Ladies, you know I say this all the time, and I'm one of the few YouTubers that'll tell you, if the man that you dealing with in the United States ain't right, use your passport. It's too many. It's 7 million people in the world. Women say that, but they don't take advantage of it like they should. You got men in the United States, they think they got y'all on lock. Like y'all got to put up with all they BS. Men in the United States still think they can wear their pants hanging off their butt and you gonna take it. They could be 40 years old wearing kitty braids. The same braids and barrettes that my little sister used to wear in the 80s, in the 70s. And y'all gonna take it. They can have 3, 4, 5, 6 baby mamas. And y'all gonna take it. A lot of times dudes keep doing stupid stuff to y'all ladies in the United States, because you keep making bad choices. Yeah, you keep making bad choices with the wrong dudes, right? But a lot of times what they do is y'all keep taking it. Dudes would not be sagging their pants down. That would have never happened if women wouldn't been letting us have sex with you with our pants sagging. That would have ended the day that y'all was like, what you doing? The day that one woman would have said, I don't like that. That trend would have ended that moment. Grills, that would have never happened. Shout out to Houston. That would have never happened if you ladies wouldn't have tolerated that. Dudes half stepping when it comes to their careers. I'm talking about the broke brothers that y'all deal with. I ain't talking about the rest of us good dudes. That would have never happened. Y'all did that, ladies. Y'all did everything that you put up with, because men in those situations, those type of men, they think they got y'all on lock because you ain't gonna never use no passport to go find no real man anywhere. And then y'all got the audacity to be like, I don't date no white man. It's amazing how when I see sisters that lead the states and they all of a sudden they wrapped up in love, white man love when they get to Europe, white man love when they in Argentina. Well, they're in Europe. It's not that many brothers. No, boo. It's a lot of African brothers that live in Europe that them sisters can hook up with, but they be happy as heck with their white love. Not saying that they're looking for white love, but they don't care about racism or race once they get outside the United States. It's funny how y'all be pro sisters and pro brothers in the United States, sisters, but as soon as y'all use that passport, you're like, if I find a black guy that treats me well, I'll love him. If I find a white guy that treats me well, I'll love him. You wasn't like that in the States, queen. And I'm happy for you. Because when I sit back and I see sisters with anybody and you happy and that dude ain't stressing you out and driving you crazy, I don't care what color he is. As long as you got peace, sister, go get it. And don't let nobody ever make you feel bad because you with some other culture. You dating a Colombian dude? You couldn't date none of them black Colombian dudes? Maybe the black Colombian dudes couldn't make you happy. So you just so happened one day ran across, while you were taking salsa lessons, a white Colombian dude or the European Colombian dude. And he made you smile. And now you fell for him and he fell for you. And now y'all the best salsa partners in the city. Don't be letting brothers make you feel guilty that you done fell in love with somebody from other cultures. You don't owe brothers nothing. You on this planet one time, one chance. That's all you getting. So if it don't work out with the brothers in the States and they can't get together and your choice making is so bad while you in the States, it's amazing how much better women choice making get when they leave the States compared to how y'all make them bad choices in the States. You know he got 3 kids by 4 baby mamas because he don't know who his other baby mama is. And you baby mama number 6. What happened to baby mama number 5? I don't know. You find out. And as soon as y'all use y'all passports, common sense start kicking in. I'm going to find a man of responsibility. I'm not going to tolerate this from any man ever again. And you don't. And you find real love as soon as you use your passport. And it's a whole new you coming back home to the States. Your family don't even recognize you because you don't tolerate nothing from nobody no more. You got standards. But while you was in the United States, ladies, you was putting up with all type of BS from men because he was giving you good sex. And then you find out that it's even better sex outside the United States from brothers. I got news for you. We don't have a sex game locked down like we think we do. In that 50 state borders, I got you. We got the game on lock. Can't nobody beat vaccine like the brothers in the States, right? So we think, right? But them sisters that's using their passports, like Eddie Murphy said, she going on the island, she finding Dexter St. Jacques, and he doing her well. And she realized it's better sex outside the United States for ladies? You mean the black men in the United States I was just tolerating? You mean I could multiple? I didn't even know I could squirt like that. I didn't know. Yes, ladies, that type of sex is waiting for you outside the States. So you ain't got the new culture, new sex. You ain't got to put up with nothing from them. I don't see how y'all do it, ladies. I don't see how y'all put up with us. Please, whatever. Y'all got Kevin telling y'all, just wait around. It's going to be all right, ladies. And I love me some Kevin. But at the same time, I got a passport. And I know plenty of women that got passports. And they looking at Kevin Samuels like, Negro, please. I ain't got to put up with you or what no other dude in the States got to say. I'm out. Sisters that got passports say, I had some sex in Botswana one time. By the time I got done crying, shoot, you ain't got to put up with that. I'm straight serious, dude. You think you make ugly faces in the States during sex? Get your passport. Boy, the faces you gonna make in other countries, I never knew Indian dudes could do that. I never knew. Yeah, I know. That's why I tease Kevin, because I know your passport brother too. Yeah. But see, this the part that's gonna bust your head. There are countries that love sisters that's the obese sisters. I'm not just talking about Africa. There's some countries that love an extra curvaceous woman. Now, as for me, that ain't gonna happen. Andre already know that's not. We gym partners. She ain't gonna deal with a big husband that got the beer gut. No, my wife, she don't play that. I'm not about to deal with the big wife. I'm all tall and handsome, and I got this big woman walking next to me, and we looking at one of these things. We looking like Sesame Street. One of these things do not belong here. One of these things are not the same. No, that's not about to happen. That's not gonna happen. So we're gym partners. She be on her side of the gym. I'll be on my side of the gym. We would use them weights. Use that treadmill, Andre. Get your ass on that treadmill. So she be on me, I'll be on her. But there are countries, like I said, for everybody that got something going on that somebody don't like in your country, it's a country where people love that about you. Well, we don't deal with you, bro. Big Shirley. You can do all that Big Shirley you want, but there's like 10, 15 countries that will lap and love and treat Big Shirley like the queen and she'll go back to the States like, dang, you brother from the States. You ain't got to like what I got. I just got back from 5 of the 10 countries that do like what I got. Yeah, it's please. There are countries just waiting for some curvaceous sisters to walk through the door. Look at the beautiful woman. It's the same thing for you brothers. Some of you brothers, you so damn out of shape. You already know you out of shape. Let's be real. You out of shape just to be having sex. You can't give a woman oral sex without losing your breath. Hold up. What the hell? Okay, let me get going. You can't have oral sex without losing your breath. Andre said don't traumatize her. You know it. Your big roly-poly ass. You got the audacity to talk about the women. You cannot talk about women if you ain't got a gym membership. If you still sitting up there snarfing down chitlins and fat back grease, and you still sitting up there wolfing down at this age. See, it's one thing to grow up like, you young. My body can handle the chitlin grease. Okay, cool. Because you young, you're your 20s and 30s. Okay, cool. Your teens, you can eat pork chops and all. Over 40, your body telling you, like, if you don't put that damn pork chop down, but here your big roly-poly ass want to go down to DR because you gotta see, some of you dudes, you already know if you ain't had no money in your pocket, there is no, see, women can do what you can't, because if your big roly-poly tail didn't have that extra 200,000 pesos or to hand her, there ain't no way in hell she'll talk to you. She wouldn't waste her time with you. I'm American. You's a fat ass American. That's what you are. Some of y'all can't walk. You waddle through Sasua. You don't even walk through. Dude, we got to sit down. I'm thirsty. We need some Presidentes. Presidente is the beer in DR, by the way, guys. We need some. We need some Presidentes. Though. When them girls coming through, you need a nap before you have sex. Some of you do so big. You got the audacity to talk about the ladies. At least the ladies know I could be big, and I just got to pay for myself, and I could meet somebody down there. And if I do pay for play, at least I got enough sense how to pay for play. Man, you got so many dudes that done bust their hearts in DR. You brought your butt down here to Colombia, and they had to ship your body back in a hospital bag. I ain't going back there. Them women to kill you. Please. You ain't ready for new culture. Some of you dudes that's in shape, you thought your sex game was all that until you came down here to one of these South American women and she put a workout on you and you're sweating and everything. You like, girl, I've been in the gym 30 years. And I was on football and ran track. And this girl done wore me the hell out, dog. And she talking about going another 3 rounds. Please. That little sex game that you did in the States where you thought you did something, brother, and you just had the girls going on crazy. Go ahead. You already know. You brothers that use your passport, you got to another country. That's why some of y'all ain't made it back, because the sex was so good. Like, oh, I never did that before. I never let nobody do that. She's the only one I let do that. I shouldn't let her do that, but I liked it so much. Please. You do not criticize being big when I sit back and I watch the photos of some of you dudes standing together and y'all looking like the Super Bowl winning team. Y'all all looking like the offensive line retired of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 70s. And you got the audacity to criticize sisters back home just because your roly-poly butt got a few extra dollars to pay for play in another country. I'm zooming to Thailand. Your big ass ain't zooming nowhere. You zigzagging to Thailand. If I had that Kevin Samuel sound effect, I put it on you dudes. Kalung, 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 kalung. Please, y'all better sit y'all big ass down somewhere want to criticize the women for weight. They didn't say that women in the United States are obese. They said the United States is obese. That includes your big ass too. Got audacity to talk about women. Well, the reason why the women here in the United States are not fit. And you got the... Did you not just sit up there and eat 4 pork chops? And the doctor has told you to take your high blood pressure pills and you ain't took one. They still in the container. Are you the same ones that sit up there got to take China brush and put it on your penis area? See, ladies, look up China brush. I'm about to give y'all one of the secrets. Ladies, China brush. You gonna laugh. You're like, is these niggas putting stuff on? Is these men out here putting stuff on their penis to keep it hard? I'm snitching. Yeah, I'm snitching. I'm dry snitching today. I am snitching. I'm opening up the barbershop doors, letting the ladies hear everything. Yeah, they put a China brush on there, ladies. You fat dudes want to talk about the ladies, but you dropping C's, V's, and C's, V's, and L's, Levitras, Cialises, Viagras, like Skittles. Oh man, I got these 2 coming through my villa. I got these 3 coming through my Airbnb in Medellin. Your chest about to bust just so you keep your hard. And you want to talk about women, man, please. At least women ain't got to sit up there. Ladies, if you a full-figure woman, like I said, I ain't into full-figure women. I ain't mad at you. Have I smashed some? Hey, you don't need to know all that. But my point is, there's a point to this. Ladies, at least you ain't got to be popping no pills to enjoy yourself on the island or in Portugal or in another location. These dudes sit up there busting their dang hearts open. Dude, how many times you taking the Viagras? 3 times today. Dude, you can't be taking them like that. Well, can I take the Cialises then or the Levitras? I got 3 coming over. You gonna bust your heart open in the name of having some sex because your ass unhealthy. Because you would rather pay for Cialises and Levitras and Viagras than to pay for that gym membership. And you got the audacity to talk about the chicks. Man, if y'all sit y'all little happy asses down somewhere and leave the women alone and let them have their passports. And why is Andre in the live stream laughing? That's right, Jay. See, there's a lot of ladies right now looking up China Brush right now. China Brush? What the hell is this China Brush he speaks of? Does he use this on me? Mm-hmm. That night on Valentine's Day, you thought that he was just banging it out? Yeah, he was banging it out because he put some of the China Brush on there. That's why he ain't let you taste him that night. No, girl, you don't need to taste me. I'm about to give it to you, just all of it. You like, oh my God, he drove me crazy that night. It was the wildest sex I ever had. Because them niggas be putting that China Brush on there. They ain't like me. I got that Benjamin Button. You telling Andrea, come get your husband. Come get this man. We almost done, guys. We almost done. We got 1 more to go. But when I'm put it out there. When I hear men criticizing the ladies in the States, and the ladies can get passports, and like I said, all these countries that you can be appreciated in, you ain't got to be putting up with that mess. You can watch Kevin Samuels from your favorite island where they just treat you like they just treating you just like a queen, and you just looking at Kevin Samuels like the rest of us, entertainment. Because I know when I watch female YouTubers criticizing men for having passports, I'm looking at them as entertainment. You can talk all you want, but I'm not coming back. You can say black men leaving. Yes, we are. I ain't coming back. Say whatever you want to say, but that ain't gonna make me come back. You criticizing me on YouTube and TikTok is not gonna make me get back on the plane and bring my butt back to the States. That is not happening. What is this? What? Get this woman. That is not happening. You should feel the same way. You should get your passport, go to your favorite location, ladies, and you should be looking at Kevin Samuel and looking at the ladies on Kevin Samuel like, I wish I could talk to her right now. I would tell her girlfriend, get you a passport. You ain't got to deal with whatever Kevin got to say. Never, no, never again. Just get you a pass. Kevin, tell her the truth. Just get a passport. Of course, she's average at best in the States, but she's so special in these other countries. Please. That's what I would have told average at best. I'd have told average at best, like, girl, yes, you are average in the United States, but I promise you, cross that border. Get you a passport and cross that border. And there's a lot of sisters that's average in the United States. And when they cross that border, it's dudes climbing all over the place trying to get to them. And I'm not making this up. This is all true. This is all facts. Oh, let me see this one. After the live stream episode with me at what the hell, the China Brush? Oh, see, we don't do China Brush in our house, so we good. But I know dudes that do that China Brush. See, y'all Googling. Y'all better Google that China. Don't make me Google it. This dude's right now Googling. That's all I need. China Brush? I didn't know about that China. See, y'all slipping. Y'all know I've been in these travel streets long enough to know what dudes doing. Andre love crossing borders, telling you they'll never take me. They won't. Man, listen, they will not be dragging me. I'm like Jay-Z. I'm getting 5 passports. I'm never going to jail. I'm telling you, man, there is no way in the world I'm going back to the States to visit. I told you I almost threw up after 3 days. I was like, why am I? I cannot be here. I got to go back. I'm for real. Oh, Larry telling, he said, people don't use it. It's dangerous. In the words of Michael Jackson, China brush is so dangerous. Y'all might not want to use it. Dudes looking like, yeah, China brush. Okay, let me just order. Let me find this. Hey, Larry, it's gonna be some dudes in the chat gonna be like, I'll find out on my own how dangerous it is. You can tell people it's dangerous. Remember, these are the same people in the world that smoke cigarettes. They put it on the side of the package like a tattoo for years. We will kill you. I think I'll go ahead and take a chance at death. We will bust your lungs open. The cigarette pack tell you every pack of cigarettes, it ain't like it put on the box like cereal. It put it on the package. Every package of cigarettes tell you, I will bust your lungs wide open and I will kill you if I get the chance. If you give me the chance, I will kill you. And it's millions of people walking around like, these kids ain't gonna get on my last nerve. I'm gonna let you know that now. And Dan, what your mama talking about? These are my babies. So I'm telling you. All right, watermelon, pineapples. Yeah, thank you. Healthy eating. Take it from me. Ask your girl. Since she want to be in live streams, ask your girl what that healthy eating to do for you. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can pull up some more comments that you guys had. Okay, I know several Americans who have secured dual citizenship. Yep. With a country of their ancestors. That's what's up. Colombia, Italy, EU, etc. Yes, that's what I'll be working on next. Is my next citizenship. Of course, it will be here. I'll be excited, and I can't wait to show you guys the blue passport and the burgundy passport with your boy name on it. I'll have superpowers. I'll be the next X-Man, passport man, expat. That's me. The collector of passports. Wow, make me proud. Make me proud to be a woman. All right. Yeah. Those yeah. You're right about the cigarettes out. Yeah, they tell you around the package. I know some of y'all smoke. Hey, do your thing, baby. But on the package, it tell you, I'm gonna bust your lungs open. That's my first. I'm gonna make your lungs so black. You think you black on the outside? Nah. Cigarettes tell you, I'm gonna make your lungs black. Number 2, if I get a chance, I'm gonna kill you. Go on, keep playing with me. Every single pack, if the box got pack of 10 in it, it's 10 opportunities for the package to tell you, go on, keep playing with me. 10 times per box. And you still sitting up there talking about something. If the Lakers lose one more game, they're going to need to trade LeBron because he working my last nerve. If you don't get them damn kids, okay, y'all keep on playing. Okay, it says Andrea Wallace TV. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to Andrea's channel as well, Andrea Wallace TV. Shout out. All right, and the last one before we end this stream, we're going to try to end the next 15 minutes. Thank you guys for being and hanging out with this crazy man named Andre. Okay, Andre's going to send you an NFT list to watch. I'll take that. Send that NFT list. Definitely. Send it to me. I'm gonna put my email in here. Yeah, me and Andrea are like, I was like an anti-cigarette person when I was a kid. My mom used to spank me because I wouldn't go buy her cigarettes. That's when cigarettes were like 99 cents a pack. You gonna die. I don't want my mama to die. Boy, if you don't go give me another pack of cigarettes and go get that belt. You go give me some cigarettes or get that belt. I would go get the belt. No, I'm not going to get you some cigarettes. And then, like, if she sent me with a grocery list, now bring back some flour, some sugar, and make sure that you bring back some pork chops and bring me back a pack of cigarettes. I come back with everything but the pack of cigarettes. Where's my pack of cigarettes? I am not going to contribute to your demise, mother. I was talking like this. I kid you not. I was like 10, 11 years old. I am not contributing to your demise, mother. Boy, when I get down, wait till I get done with this cigarette. I'm going to beat your little, you going to listen to me. No, I'm not. You can abuse me if you wish, but you will not die under my watch. So, I kid you not. That's how I would talk to my mom. That's how anti-cigarettes I've been my whole life. Anytime you can talk to your mama like that when you're a kid, knowing you about to get spanking, every time you don't buy the pack of cigarettes, that you know how I am as an adult. Please, no. I don't care how fine you are. As soon as I see this, your beauty is out the window. It just all that. I can see you from the back, like, ooh, look at that booty. Ooh, look at that shape. Ooh, look at those hair. Look at that hair down the back. Oh, so soon as I see, and half of me is like, as soon as I see, I wouldn't mess with you because that's too close to the. Like if she might. So I ain't gonna take a chance. You keep her. No, you smoke anything. I don't care. The most that I would probably deal with somebody if they were like hookah, because I tried hookah a couple times, and I if you smoke cigars, every blue moon I smoke good cigars when I was in the state. Every blue, because you live in Florida, a lot of cigar bars, and plus in Tampa is where the Cubans, when they couldn't make it in make cigars and have them imported into the United States with the embargoes. What happened was many of the Cubans that lived in Florida lived in Tampa. And so there were a lot of Cubans still making Cuban cigars, and they had factories in Tampa. That's what Ybor City is. Shout out to Tampa and Ybor City. It's nothing but cigar factory areas that, of course, now they're closed down. But a lot of those, they still make homemade cigars or custom cigars in that area to this day. But so a cigar every blue moon, yeah, I could tolerate a female to do a cigar every blue moon, but if you doing something every day that has to do with smoke, I just that was never me. Last thing that we're going to talk about is this. The last reason why people are relocating outside of the United States. We didn't even get to the how to relocate. We hit a little bit. I guess we're going to hit it on next week. Because you're just unhappy with your life in the States. That was me. I was making the money. Like I said, I'm living in Florida. Everything was gravy. Everything was gravy. I just was not happy. I just felt like something was missing. Even though I had everything, you should have been happy. You had this going on, that going on, this, and I should have been. I wasn't ungrateful. Now, mind you, there's a difference between being ungrateful and unhappy. I wasn't ungrateful for the blessings that I received, but I just felt like something was missing. I was missing something. Something was, a piece of the puzzle just was not fitting right in my life. And it was impacting other areas of my life. Not saying that my life was falling apart. Like I said, my life was great in Florida. But I wasn't happy. I ain't gonna lie to you. And some of us, we don't have where we can pinpoint what that it is. Sometimes you got a good job. Sometimes you got family that's great. Sometimes you got everything you need, but you just feel like I'm not fulfilled. Something is just not it. And the rest of the United States is telling me you should be happy. They're telling you the same thing. You should be happy. You got that great truck driving job. You work so hard. You bought your own truck. Now you got 2 trucks and you got your own 2 houses. Or ladies, you in real estate and you made your money in real estate, or you went to school, you got your degree and you're working in your field, you should be happy. Your kids, you got money for your kids, they're growing up and your kids are getting older. You ain't had to pick up nobody from the juvenile center. You ain't had to pick up nobody from jail. You should be happy with your kids. You should be happy with life. Your daughter is about to have your first grandbaby. You should be happy. And still something in the back of your mind is telling you, I am missing something. Something is missing. Even though everybody keep trying to tell me you are blessed, and yes, I am blessed, you ladies already know that there is something in your life, it is not cutting it. No matter how many things you acquire. And some of us are just like that. It's not that America was bad to us. It wasn't like racism happened every day to us personally. It wasn't like we couldn't get a job. It wasn't like we couldn't find any love. Nobody cared for us. It just was, something was missing. And you like, maybe if I travel, I might be able to find that which is missing. And that's what I've been able to do. And many others have been able to do. Relocating has helped many of us to find the life that we were looking for outside the United States, or it caused you to appreciate and go back to the life you had in the United States. Because a passport doesn't necessarily mean that you have to leave the United States. You could also find out, you know what, I travel and now I appreciate a lot of stuff in my home country that I really didn't appreciate about the United States. You could be that person. Now, as for me, heavens no. No, I can't. You think it's snowing in the Northeast? That thick snow is nothing like the thick amount of stress that we go through in the United States, and you don't feel that stress until you get back. You get used to walking to that fog of stress while you're in the United States because it's a part of the makeup. But when you leave and that stress is gone, and then as soon as you get back, it's like when you in customs, you hit customs, and all of a sudden stress just, where you been? Where you come from? I've always been here. I'm the stress of the United States. I meet everybody before you make it through customs. I'm here. I meet you before the American flag. Stress. So I can't take it. If anything that keeps me out of the United States, that right there, this I can't do it. It's this stress, it's a level of stress of living no matter where you live in the world. There's a level of it everywhere. If it wasn't, then people wouldn't be trying to climb the wall or climb under the wall that President Trump made. So it's stress no matter where you go in the world. But the stress that we have, the stress to keep up with the Joneses that they just pressure us with, yeah, I don't miss that. If I want to wear a t-shirt today, or if I want to wear a suit today, I can. I don't feel pressured to impress anybody. And me and Andre, we always look good when we go out. We they look at us like we're just fashion people, and we are. But at the end of the day, that stress, I don't miss that. And so for some people, they're just not happy in the States, and their happiness may be somewhere else. And if it's just as expensive as the States to live in that new place, or if it's economical in the new place that they live in, either way, they feel less stressed. They feel more happy. And some of you ladies, you're going to find a place in this world that makes you so happy that you wish that you moved there when you was 12. And some of you guys, you've already know, as much as you've traveled, there's some places that you've gone to. I know guys, grown men, my age, tough alpha dudes, get back on that plane, heading back to the States, literally break down in tears, and do the cool man cry. And they crying because of he met somebody special, or because of all the ladies in DR. They crying because they got to go back to the stress of the United States. because they're so used to being somewhere that they don't have stress, that when they do go back to the United States, they like, and I'm not talking about the stress of work or stress of paying bills. That's responsibility. That's not stress. That's being responsible. Raising your kids is responsibility. Feeding yourself, responsibility. Shelter, responsibility. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the everyday is just something in the air, that cloud that's all over the country, that's constantly something is stressing. It's always, you got to worry about protesting against this. We are some of the most protesting people because there's always something to protest against. That's another stress. You got to work. You got the stress of if you're going to McDonald's, is somebody gonna come out there and do some mass crazy stuff? Can your child go to school without some kid that got bullied coming in there and doing some crazy stuff to the kids? You got to worry about if your cool boss that you got accustomed to, he decide to move to another department, and now you got this other boss who's a jerk, who's half your age and getting on your last nerve coming through. You got to worry about the stress of driving through early morning traffic every day. And you making good money, but you still driving through this bad traffic every day when you could be at home doing remote work. Man, I be forgetting the day. I had to ask Andrea sometime, is it Thursday or Tuesday? Do I need to take the trash out today or tomorrow? I don't miss that extra unnecessary stress. And you won't either. And a lot of people, males and females, don't. And when they go back to the States, they turn right back around. Oh, I ain't about to deal with this now. I'm out of here. You can keep that stress. Like I say, every country in the world has a certain amount of stress. But you try to move to a country that alleviates at least as much as possible that's going to be in your life. Life comes along with stresses, challenges. But you try to alleviate some of the unnecessary stresses that you didn't ask for. I do not miss that morning traffic, and I do not miss those commutes on I-4 in Tampa heading to Orlando. I do not miss that. Do I miss Orlando? Yes. Miami? Yes. Detroit, Cleveland? Yes. Do I miss Tampa? Yes. Atlanta? Yes. Do I miss those places? Yes. The commute to get to those places, that 6-hour drive to get to from Tampa to Atlanta, I don't miss that. I ain't about to sit up here and lie. No, I don't miss that. That's stress. No. Okay, let me scroll down the comments. Love can't wait. Shout out to you, brother. Okay, says, bro, stress that's hit you the day that you wake up from your return. I kid you not. I thought it was just me, and I don't even work in the States. As soon as I got back, it was like the stress just literally was right there. Like, why am I stressing? Like, really, why am I don't live here. I don't have any responsibilities here. I don't have, my mom has already passed on. My grandma had already passed on, the most two important people. God bless them. My sisters and brother, they're up north. My uncle, my younger uncle's down there with me in Tampa. So as soon as I get off the plane, like, Dre, why are you stressed? I don't owe anybody. I don't have Guido and them looking for me. I ain't got the mob looking for me. I ain't got the tax man looking for me. Ain't no warrants off of my arrest because of tickets. I ain't got no car. So why are you stressing, Dre? And I think it's just a part of the makeup of being in the States. Like he said, the day after, I was, like I say, stress met me in customs. Before I even had my luggage, I had stress. Like, for real, man, please. United States, there's stress on you. I was telling Andrea, I said, girl, you do not want to live in the United States with me. I said, because the me you know is not the me that you gonna know. Because there's a completely different Andrea that exists in the United States compared to outside the United States. And some of y'all like that. You know what I'm talking about. Some of you ladies, you travel, the travel you that lives in that lives in Bali is completely different than the you that lives in St. Louis. There's a difference when the brother from Kansas City take his butt to DR, and all of a sudden, even his boys looking at him like, man, you're in what? He's dancing? I've never seen my boy dance. Okay, we got options. North America is a hard place to live. It is. It is. And I like that. I love the North. I love it. But I'm starting to love the whole planet God gave us. I'm going to repeat that. I'm starting to love the whole planet that God gave us. He didn't just give us a country. I know we got God bless America, but we really want to be God bless the world, because there's a whole planet out here, and you can choose whatever one. You could choose a planet. You could choose a city like you choose a neighborhood. You could choose a country like you choose a car. What's best for you, which may not be best for somebody else. And you'll have so many people like, I don't see how you do it. You know, I'm happy for you, baby. I'm so glad you got your passport. You go to the mother. Where is Colombia? Where is that? You know what? You go ahead, baby. I couldn't. And then you got dudes, dog. I don't see how you do it, man. You know, more power to you, dog. You know, I'm good here. I'm good. You go ahead and go ahead to Thailand, man. I don't see how you do it, dog. And you look at them right in their face and you thinking to yourself, I don't see how y'all do it. On our other channel, Mostly Money, I'm gonna wrap it up with this. On our other channel, Mostly Money. Excuse me, guys, for it to. I know it froze for a second. I know I'm looking at it now. It's coming back. There we go. Okay, come on back. It's taking its time. Okay, cool. Okay. 70% of our audience on Mostly Money, our other YouTube channel, subscribe, are retirees, different cultures. Most of them are women. It's kind of funny. 60% of our audience are women that are retirees on Mostly Money. I can't say the one thing that I always want to say on that channel. I can say it here, but I can't. I wish I could tell all those retirees that are so stressing over their medication, so stressing over their surgeries, stressing over, you know, are they going to get a good cost of living adjustment when it comes to their Social Security money? The people on disability that you know, the money is just not stretching far enough. I really wish I could tell them on that channel, go to Mexico. Take your Social Security money and do like the rest of Americans that have discovered Mexico. You don't have to, you can drive there. You can have your grandson drive you there. Get you a place. I know so many retirees that are doing so good. They got a maid. They got, okay, not even Mexico. I have to talk about our neighbor downstairs, Terry. He's a retired nurse from Texas. His wife is Colombian. They're just the sweetest old couple, right? All they got is basically Social Security. That's it. They live in the same building we live in the same nice neighborhood we live in. Now, mind you, your boy grinding, Andre grinding. This dude does regular, everyday U.S. Social Security. Nothing special. Got a maid, got medical, got cook, and he got a nurse that comes in. And still live in this neighborhood, in this building, and him and his wife doing their thing. I wish that I could tell more people that are of their retirement age and they may not have any money stacked. You may not have any money stacked. Are you going to get Social Security? Yes. Or are you going to get disability or survivors because your loved one has passed on? You get to get their Social Security. Yes. Your money is not going to stretch long enough in the States. You don't have any savings. You do have enough money to do one thing. What is that, Andre? ma'am, get yourself a passport and get on down to Mexico, or get on down to South America, or get on down to another country where that $1,600. Let's think about it, guys. That $1,600 checks and other that they get every month, or let's say some people just get $700, but let's say $1,600 check that they get every month here in Colombia is worth almost $4,000 a month. Actually, more than that. Actually, going closer to $5,000 to $6,000 a month. You're a retiree. Do you think you can live off of $6,000 a month? And I'm saying this to you guys and ladies. If you're at a point in life, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, like I said, I've never had a chance to say this on the other channel. This is the first time I've ever said this. And this is the biggest advice that I would give to somebody that's on Social Security. And you know, times are super tight in the United States for somebody that's 62, 60, over 50% of people that retire in the United States, they actually retire at 62 because they can't afford to wait till 66 or 67 or 70 to get retirement money. Their body is starting to shut down. They've been working in that factory too long. They've been nurses too long. And even though they got a few extra dollars stacked, the knees can't take it. Some of you have been CNAs for too long, lady, and your bodies are picking up elderly people. Your back is starting to give out a little bit. And now all you really got is in your savings, maybe 10, 20,000, maybe 100,000. But mainly you're going to be living off your Social Security. Get your passport. And if I swear I mean this, if it were me and it was no Andre, it's just Andre, and I'm in the States and I got barely savings for my retirement and I'm at 62 and I'm about to get my Social Security, the first thing that I would get is my passport, and I will move to a country where that Social Security check that I'm going to be getting every month deposited into my account anyway is going to stretch. And that's what they're doing in Ecuador right now. That's why you see all those old white people in Ecuador. That's why you see all those old white people in Mexico, all those old white people in Costa Rica, because they're like, my money does not stretch long enough in the United States to live. And if I go to the doctor's office in the United States, that's going to wipe out everything for the month. Or I'm on Part B this or Part A that. So each one, that is the one advice that I wish I could give to older people on the other channel. And if you're an older person, listen to me right now, and you know that your money cannot stretch the United States, and you know that it's guaranteed that you're going to get your $1,000 or $700 or whatever amount of check is guaranteed, you retire, and that Social Security check is coming like on a regular basis, find you a country where that money can stretch. But I love my grandkids. You love your grandkids. I'm with you on that. Because, you know, the people that love each other most are grandkids and grandchildren. I mean, grandparents. I got you on that. I feel you. But the way it costs to live in the United States, and expensive as it is to cost the United States, and medical it is, and how much the medical is, ma'am, sir, you might live another 15, 20 years after your retirement. Compared if you go to another country to where your money goes stretch so long, to where all of a sudden and the air is so clean and the water is so much better, and all of a sudden you living into your mid-90s and you exercise or doing yoga at 82, and you still could go visit your grandkids. And that's why the people go to Mexico, because they know they can drive back to go see the grandkids and drive back to Mexico and live their life the way they want to. If it was me, that's how I would do it. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If it was me, that's exactly what I would do. I would pack my old ass up and I'd be driving down in my little Winnebago. I'm just playing, but and I will be in Mexico, and I will be in that. And there are American communities in Mexico where it's just so many people. Remember, I said it's 1.5 million Americans in Mexico right now. Right? I'm not saying that this the stat. This the fact. There are literal cities, pockets of Mexico that is nothing but people that are retirees or regular people from the United States, and they have clustered saying we can't afford to live as Americans in our own country, but we can come down to Mexico and create our own little pockets and units of American-ish, and that's what's going on down there in Mexico. And I've watched story after story, read article after article after article. The same thing happened here in Ecuador. Same thing. And now, you know who's catching on to it in Mexico? Sisters. Brothers are a few brothers are starting to travel and go there, like I start the whole live stream with the lead attorney, 5 years in Mexico. There are other people that gone down and lived in Mexico, a few other brothers, but I'm watching a lot of the headlines, and I'm seeing a lot of headlines that a lot of sisters are like, you know what? I can drive down to Mexico. Check. If I need to go back to see family, I can go ahead and drive right back. Check. My cost of living is cheaper down here. Check. I can buy me a nice house off the beach. Check. Ooh, I just found me a good brother. Check. And if you're out of the United States, remember I said, if you're out of the United States, 330 days a year, all those tax benefits you get to where you struggling in the United States paying taxes. Okay. Keep on stacking. All right, guys, I'm going to go through the last comments, and then we're going to wrap this day up, guys. We got my boy in the building, Mr. O. Hey, y'all better go ahead and subscribe to that man's channel right there. Yeah, that's the man right there, Mr. O. Mr. O just living. That is the whole title. And you guys need to support that brother. It's a brand new YouTube channel. And him, you talking about clean? You talking about some brothers that stay clean? Mr. O and Hef, them two young brothers, man. And I thought I had a hat collection because, you know, I like my stylish hats. Many of you don't know that, but I love hats. Love hats. And boy, I saw them dudes, man. I'm like, man, look at these young brothers. They clean with it. So make sure you guys subscribe to their channel and support those dudes because, like I said, Mr. O is just living. It's so easy to Google and type. So make sure you guys support the channel. What's up, Devin, in the building? Andre, I'm here. You're in Cali right now? Okay, cool. I've been here. How the hell you been here for 6 weeks and I ain't know? Okay, I got my apartment today. Cool. We should link. Yeah. Here we go. Hey, Devin, do me a favor. Hit me up here on my email. Then we can exchange phone numbers. If any of you dudes coming down to Cali, let me know. Man, you'd have been down here 6 weeks. We got a group of dudes going down here, man. A lot of dudes went out. Oh, it's raining right now, man. I'm glad I didn't go out dancing with, all the dudes wanted to go out partying tonight. They were like, hey, man, some of the dudes going back home. Because a bunch of us that live here right now. And so some of the dudes were like, well, why don't we just hang out together tonight? But it's raining like crazy, so I'm glad I ain't go out with them. Plus, I wanted to be here with you guys. I like in GLD MX. Oh, I'm in the middle of somebody's conversation. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up right now. I want to let you know that I appreciate you more than you realize. That's the topic for today. Like I mentioned before, we're going to go through a real quick why. These are the reasons why a person, most people are starting to relocate outside of the United States because remote work is available globally now. Also, America is not the best at everything. Secondly, other countries are not the worst at everything. Also, the cost of living is so much lower. You see how I showed you guys Atlanta versus Colombia, as well as the medical. The next one is you're going to be a new cultures, new country. Okay, another one is we talked about relationships. Whether you have limited relationships, whether you just have lustful moments, or you're looking for a long-term relationship down here. And the last one is, hey, most people move down here also because they're just not happy with the life that they have in the States, and it could be a successful life, but they're just not happy. So I just want to say thank you guys for being here and sticking with your boy for 3 hours plus. Thank you guys for dealing with me every time the router got stuck. Just joining the live. Man, you just getting here? Yeah, we're about to head out, man. We're about to head out. And Andrea's going to be doing a live stream this Sunday at 8 o'clock, and then we're going to be doing our couples live stream at like 9:15. So make sure you guys go to subscribe to Andrea Wallace TV. Andrea Wallace TV. And we appreciate you guys. We really do. We look forward to seeing you this Sunday. And see, Gail, thank you for. I kid you not. I watched a few of the videos. You guys were like hard on the YouTubers about having etiquette. So I hope I did better this week than last week. And then the next week, you'll be like, is he in a suit? Look at Andre looking all professional and speaking grandiloquently. All right, make sure you guys go to subscribe to Gail at Night as well. Gail has an excellent YouTube channel. She's a moderator also for a lot of YouTube channels. She's a sweetheart. And Gail, you need to email me because I know we tried to exchange numbers, but I don't know what happened. But I'd like to hear from you. Also, there we go, Miss Andrea Wallace TV. There we go. Make sure you subscribe to Andrea Wallace TV, and make sure you subscribe to Gail at Night, because I'm telling you, ladies are doing their thing on YouTube, and us guys, we do need to have YouTube etiquette. All right. Good night, guys. All right. Good night. Live stream Queen Felicia is not a live stream without Felicia. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bruce in the building. I'm out of here.